it's all for real. I'm telling you just how I feel. So wake up the members of my nation. It's your time to be. There's no chance unless you take one. It's time to see the brighter side of every situation. Huh? All right, introduce us because we're live.
Yay! Okay, guys, thank you for tuning in to 1424. This is your girl, Nate. I'm introducing us, and as you guys can clearly see, we have a special guest today, but we are going to do our introduction. So, Jason.
It's your gearhead, Mr. Logic. You already know what's going on, yo. If it's your first time, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, yo. Show us some love. You know what's going on. I got to introduce my lovely co-host as before, Nate.
Yeah, she already did.
It's force of habit. I'm
Force
sorry.
of habit, I know.
Yo, you know who I got right here
know
next
it's
to
your
me?
boy Serzan in the back of the bus, but on the other side this time.
Yeah.
We got to give a proper introduction. This is an individual that is basically a guest of Nate's, a close friend. Her name is Joyce. Let's give her a drum roll.
Okay, give her a drum roll. You already said her name.
It doesn't matter. Drum roll for her to introduce herself and speak for herself. Okay.
Alrighty.
So Joyce, if you would.
What's up? Thank you for having me. I appreciate you. So my name is Joyce. I met Nat way back in high school.
Way back when?
Like a year ago.
Wow.
It
That's
feels
good.
like that though.
That was
it does
good.
feel like that.
That's
But
that's a
that
compliment.
was like when 2000 and like
Well, no, I graduated 2017.
so like 2013, 2014.
How old are you?
Around there.
24, the same age?
Yeah.
25. No, I'm 24.
So
Sorry.
you guys known each other since 2013.
2014. I think I
2014,
started
yeah.
high school 2014, 2015.
Yeah.
You like graduate late or something? Or you born late? More so?
I mean, I was born in December.
Yeah.
She's
So-
like me
That
then.
makes sense.
I think I had to wait like
Yeah.
the following year.
Yeah.
It sucks
Because
Because I
being the
graduated
oldest.
2016. I'm better.
Wait, but when's your birthday again?
July 27th.
Oh, well, that's why.
Yeah.
It's my birthday.
Oh shit. Oh, this is gonna be one hell of an episode, y'all.
Wow, look
All
at
right, we
that.
got two people with the same birthday, the same sign at the same motherfucking time. Oh shit.
That's
Wow.
All right,
I don't believe in
gonna be lit.
astrology. Astrology.
Ask-
Yeah, I don't even know how to say it either.
Clearly, you have no idea how to
Astrology. Yeah.
pronounce it.
I think it's racism for crystal witches. Yeah.
Bro, everyone's
Yeah.
doing that shit. But back off the point.
Such a Leo.
Joyce, please tell us a little bit about yourself.
Fair question. I think we have layers.
Like onions?
Yeah. Like so, there's a lot to me. But
Oh, yeah.
I play sports.
Okay.
Creative. I do arts. Like I draw. I can do music.
What type of sports?
Basketball, soccer, football, little things like that.
Football.
Yeah.
You knock a nigga out, wouldn't you?
Yeah. For sure.
I like
If
that.
there's
No,
one
see-
thing about Joyce is that she, like, even though we were both very athletic in high school, she continued well after and
Yeah.
like being involved or just like, you know, like health wise, you know, and for funsies, I kind of just stopped.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I stayed. Like I mean, I don't like take it serious. I've never taken it serious.
Mhm.
I used to get offers all the time to like go play here and go do that, but like I feel like people can ruin a sport for you.
Yes.
Like
parents.
yeah, I had a
This
coach.
is your dream.
Yeah,
Do it. Rupture
My-
your spleen.
My,
Let's go.
my
Yeah.
parents wanted me to be a nurse. Why is it? You're gonna lock my thing up.
Oh,
Continue. Sorry.
nah. What was the question?
So we were talking about like, you know, sometimes they ruin what you want for yourself. Like, you know, parents end up acting like they're the one playing the sports
No,
or
so
coaches.
that wasn't really so much my case. My
Mhm.
case was more about like a coach. I feel like
Mm.
they put a lot of pressure on me as a child, like intense pressure. Like some people are made for that, and some people are. It's not that I'm not for pressure, but it was like
peer pressure.
it wasn't peer pressure. It was like
like out of everyone in the team, the coaches would always, you know,
Single.
not single like in a bad way, but
No,
like,
but yeah, like
expect me
Yeah.
to do the things that other people can't do.
yeah.
The clutch player.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
I get
basically,
that.
they would kind of like abuse the fact that I was like
really good at
really
what you
good.
did. Yeah.
Yeah. So like if
But
they
that-
did it,
Suffering from success.
so like I was to the point where I okay, I excel and now I play. I go out, like I go to random gyms and I play. And bro, people get
Light 'em
mad.
up.
Like
Of
niggas
course.
get mad, bro.
No
Like
disrespect,
mad.
but if
Yeah.
I'm fucking playing basketball, she comes around, she starts fucking
Like
running,
draining
No.
them shits.
I
Like
would
they
look
be
at you
getting.
like,
No,
yo,
now,
fuck
dude,
you.
honestly,
Yeah, they get hot.
if I was playing, because one of my friends is actually a hooper too in high school. And she's a pretty good shot. She's really slow on the uptake though, which I think is pretty funny. But I think it's really impressive when girls are really good at basketball. And I know that probably sounds misogynistic, but it's because I don't think women get as much attention as they do for being good at basketball, right?
Yeah, it's like no matter how good you are, you're still a girl.
Yeah, right. Like,
In their
you're
eyes.
good for a girl,
You-
but it's like when you're good, you're good.
Nah,
Yeah.
You know what I'm
facts.
saying?
I think the problem, well, matter of fact, let's not go on a tandem. Continue.
All right, so for me, like it was like a lot of pressure, and it
Mhm.
wasn't like uplifting pressure. Like you got this. Like it was that you got it, but it's like if you don't got it, like
Mhm. It's on
like
you.
it's on me. Like let's say let's say we played and I had like I would have like 20 points at
Yeah.
like
Oh, so
literally.
you average.
Yeah, like
She would
as-
carry the team.
I would carry the team
Fuck.
every year, like literally. And imagine,
that's fucking hard because then
And
that
then-
can create problems with your teammate.
yeah,
Where niggas is like, yo, she's showboat, and it's like, yo, I'm not telling the coach to throw the ball to me. The coach is telling you to throw the
and they
ball.
would make plays around me, but
Mm.
they couldn't keep up. You get what I'm saying? So it would
Yeah.
be like, let's say I had an opportunity to like, looks like I'm gonna shoot. I'll pass it, cut, get it back, and I'll throw it back some other way, and they'll be like, they wouldn't be ready for that.
They
and, like-
weren't killer mentality.
Yeah. So if let's say like it looks like I'm going in and I throw it like to make it look like I'm going in, but I see you're open and I give it to you,
Yeah.
it's like they weren't like that
It
advanced.
wasn't clicking. Yeah.
Some people are not that athletic. I get it, and I would
No,
never
but
yell at them.
It's factual because realistically, you're in that position, you were the lead of the team.
Yeah.
But because you're the lead of the team, you consciously can see where everybody is when it comes to actually being aware and how they quick adapt. And that's a very tough position to be in. I played football. I played racquetball. And the thing is, I feel for you because especially you're a girl, that's pressure all in its own. And the fact that you are athletic, it's like, okay, we're going to use you as an icon to motivate these girls, but they just don't have it.
Exactly.
And that shit sucks.
I think I would remember very few instances, like let's say she couldn't play for whatever reason,
Mhm.
the coaches wouldn't be so like,
Thrilled.
no, I mean, they were bummed because their best players probably isn't playing in the moment, but they would obviously still scream at us if like we're doing something wrong. But I just felt like the vibe was different. Like it's like not mad, like damn, I'm disappointing you because you're so good and you should have done better. More of like, damn, we lost that. Oh,
Yeah.
whatever.
Let me ask you. So, like when I was going to Sunset, we were
Mhm.
doing shit in that school that
Yeah.
is illegal. I'm going to say it like this. You know who you are,
Okay.
and you know about those injections. We were doing cortisone shots in the knees. We were basically being advised
What's
to juice
cortisone?
up. Cortisone is a steroid. So, like, yo, we were on a play. You're talking about, dude, I broke my collarbone and I ran and I still
Yeah.
played for like another 3 downs before I passed out. So it's dangerous because when they see you have a skill, sometimes, and I have to be honest,
There's no limits.
there's
like,
no limit. And sometimes it's not even a skill. You just have that will. And they're willing to put you as the sacrificial lamb. It's like, yeah, you know what? He don't have the skill, but he's willing to break his body. Let's just use him to get this done, and then we'll just fill somebody in.
and then check it out. We're kids in the
Right?
process. We're kids.
16,
We're
bro.
kids.
Like we're
Exactly.
like,
We're
what the
kids.
fuck?
So through all of that, mind you, I was a kid, right?
Yeah.
So and I understand I made choices that like, now I'm like, okay, I see how it wasn't smart to do those things, but
You're
still,
a
I'm a
kid.
kid. You get what I'm saying? Like the way that they would like tell me like shit, and the way that they would like just be so like invasive in the sense as in like,
you don't have
you
a
need to
life.
be here. Yeah, you need to be here. You need to be there. And there's people who give up their life to do that.
Did they get involved with your teachers? Because that was one of the things with us. Like, yo, the teacher, you be doing your classwork and be like, hey, you gotta go and get up, and because you got
Which was
the
cool,
fucking
and
bus is
you
waiting
like
for-
it. But if
but
you're not doing good in school and then you
they
lose
don't
that,
give a
like
fuck.
you don't have an academic life.
I remember on the wrestling team, this is middle school, and this is at Hammocks Middle before it looked like a prison. Wrestling was probably my most favorite sport other than track. And when we want to talk about brutalizing like the body, like
Just imagining him running.
Yeah.
so mind you, in wrestling, we did Indian runs.
Yeah,
Indian
it's
run.
fun though. It's
God.
fun.
It's lit as
It's
fuck.
fun, especially when you have other people. It was only
except
fun
when
for
it's
us
fucking
in
30
football.
Yeah, but when you
that
have
shit was
30
fun.
people and that motherfucker blowing the whistle and you like, and then if you didn't leave the wall wet, we had to run again. So it got to a point we would spit on that bitch. And like, bro, like if a match came up, shout out to my boy Teddy, you have to make weight. I'm talking about, the coaches were kids, would put us in a situation where this nigga would basically get trash bags, put it on him, put the sweats on him, make that nigga run like fucking 4 miles just to drop 5 pounds, force himself to throw up just to make weight. That's literally what goes on behind the scenes.
That's
This is-
unhealthy though.
but this is-
it happened.
This is what it was.
It happens at all levels, though.
Yeah,
You
and
know?
the parents, oh my God. I used to feel bad for some of my classmates. Like my thing is, I wasn't the greatest, but if I put you in a cradle or in a half arm, it was a wrap, bro. Like you're not getting out of that. But I used to have teammates where their parents will strip them of love if they did not do well.
Yeah.
And it hurt. Like you just like dog, like
Dude, the
people
mental
take it too
pain.
far.
No, yeah, there were definitely a lot of tiger parents, and they still exist. And again,
Did you experience that at any?
No, my mom is she's too raw. Like my mom,
What's your
honestly.
nationality?
Well, I'm from here. My parents are Cuban and Guatemalan. Yeah, I know. I don't look like a Guatemalan.
Shout out to Chicken. I found another Guatemalan. Let me tell you something about these people, okay? They're not Mexican. They're in a league of their own.
No.
They're dope as fuck.
Mhm.
They're humble. They're hard workers, and they are traditional.
Yeah, they're
Straight up. Shout out to Guatemalans, yo. Like I got
Guatemalans,
I feel
yeah,
that
baby.
for sure.
Guatemalans.
I mean, I feel like look, they're raw. Like
Yeah.
we're different. We're a different breed. And I'm not very like in my Guatemala culture, but I have my grandma, my mom's, my cousin. They're very like advanced in a way. Like they're very hardworking people, but they're also advanced in like another type of way. Like they're not like old structured mind. Like a lot of people like Cubans. Like a lot of Cubans have a lot of like hard
head with a soft
they're hard heads. Like they kind of like have old ways of thinking. And
Old
like,
dog, no new tricks.
yeah, if they believe it, like if once they believe it or they're influenced that hard by like their parent, then like they'll believe the same thing.
Okay.
Like my
Pumpkin,
mom's
condition.
ass of frog.
yeah, like my mom is very open with me as a person, like who I am as a person, like the sports I did. She never really like judged me and said, "Oh, that's for like never." Like I grew up with two, like my brothers are older than me, so I'm like the youngest, so they're the oldest. So like I kind of like am influenced by them,
Okay.
but I'm not like them exactly. But my influence is kind of like you have bigger
have
brothers,
that
you know.
set up.
So I play sports because I it's natural to me. I grew up in a park. Like I was playing basketball like 6 years old. You get me? Like playing with
So
people,
you win
showing
it.
me. Yeah. So I know how to play. Like I would play in the boys league, like, and like I advanced and I played good. Like I never took it to another level because I never really wanted to. But
Mhm.
because again, these coaches really like made me like everything
Molded you.
everything that I did, it was like, you have to run this. If dude, you make mistakes, you get me? Like you're not
Yeah.
always gonna like, and
Be
I get it.
perfect.
Exactly. So they're trying to teach you like discipline, and that's
But-
very important. But you have to
how it's
understand.
delivered
Yeah, like
means the most,
our-
because if it's delivered incorrectly,
that
they're
was
just
their
saying,
issue. It was done
like,
incorrectly.
if
Like that.
if it wasn't for I think I told you guys, if it wasn't for the messenger, the war would be lost.
Mhm.
It's the same thing where you could say something completely right, but if the delivery is
Facts.
not correct, it's all lost.
But let
It
me
doesn't matter if you're right about what you're saying, but if the delivery doesn't match up,
right.
you fuck up.
But let me tell you something, because like Joyce and I played basketball and football together, and we
Mhm.
had the same coaches for basketball as we did for football.
Mhm.
But I played volleyball and
Mhm.
she didn't. And so there was a different coach for volleyball.
Oh,
and so
for
sometimes
sure.
when I was in volleyball practice, like the girls were different.
Super different.
And the coach and the
Very
vibe was also
girly.
very
Super-
different.
But it doesn't even matter that they were girly, because there were some girly girls on our team. It was just the intensity involved, because volleyball is a crazy sport too.
It's fucking
You
hard.
can-
You
No,
can
yeah, I
say
played a lot-
whatever,
I
but
played
if you
volleyball,
play against
yeah.
the right
You gotta
team,
have a strong core.
Yeah.
I played volleyball
Listen,
in high school, and that shit.
I respect all
Yeah.
sports,
Right.
yo.
But either way, the vibe, like I would notice the vibe. I'd be like, damn, like because of our coach's like intense training and how she was like towards us when I was at like volleyball practice or even
relief.
softball practice in my freshman
You
year.
played softball?
Yeah, I played it once in freshman year. And I would be the like the yes ma'am, no ma'am. Like, you know,
Oh,
I
okay.
was the one that was like well disciplined compared to
Yeah.
everyone else
Really?
because of the way that our coach would like train us. And it was
Yeah,
just kind of like built
conditioned
in.
you.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
And it was just different because like you see other coaches' style and it's like my other
Yeah.
coach would never do this.
Would never. So, as we bring that up, I want to say thank you for sharing that. Usually we do this at the end, but I feel like it's important to say it now. Please tell them where they can find you. 'cause
If you want them to find
if
you.
you want them to find you.
I mean,
Incognito.
I don't really use my Instagram, but I'm gonna start using it because I have that.
There
You know?
we go.
But my at is Joyce Marino.
Okay. So part of tradition is we go around and we talk about how our day went. So, love, we're gonna keep tradition and we're gonna start off with you. How was your day today?
It was great. I slept in, you know, like always. Not the self-discipline one needs
Hold
to
on,
wake
you
up.
got to sleep in today? You didn't work?
No, I was off today. Why are you sound so surprised?
Because you always work hard. And usually, you know,
Word
to see
on
that you were
favor.
able, I'm happy for you. You were able to actually, you know, damn, yo, ready
Oh,
you
okay.
cut a nigga's head off and shit.
No, I'm
yo.
just saying.
Shit, so defensive.
I'm
So
just
you
saying.
got to okay, so your day was pretty much chill.
It was all right, you guys. It was doing things.
Doing things.
You know.
Things. Okay. How about you, Joyce? How was your day, love?
It was good. I mean, like, I feel like these past days I've been having a lot of like thoughts of like I need to get moving.
Oh, I feel that.
Like I need to get moving. And not moving as in
you're
like
being stagnant or like
no,
you
not
just need to
stagnant.
take
It's just like
action or shit like that.
Productivity
it's not productivity. It's more like
or physically.
the things that I know that I'm capable of doing,
Oh,
they're really at reach. And I'm just like, since I know I can do it, it's kind of like
that's Ben.
I know.
that. So that's like kind of where my head's at. Like right now I'm kind of getting
like
over that.
sleep too
Like
much.
I know that I could do it. So I'm just like, I need to do it.
I can respect
That's just
that.
like where I am right now. And like, so now I'm like forcing myself to go back into the gym, get that rhythm of like,
Hey,
you
yo,
know,
I'm right there with you. Yo. That shit is fucking frustrating. It's like the days you don't want to go, it's the days you gotta, yo. Like that's just like fucking
Yeah.
why that.
So it's just like a little example because if you could do that in the morning, then you could do whatever
Mhm.
else you have planned. So like that's just where I am right now.
Facts. What about you, homie? How was your day?
I woke up early today.
Nice.
No, it's not a good thing because I only had 3 hours of sleep
Oh,
because I clock out at 3 a.m.
rip.
Yeah, so I mean, but I cleaned my room. You know,
What nugget?
yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
you
I cleaned my
Nuggets
room.
is cat, you guys.
Yeah, Nuggets, my baby. He's my son.
He's your. I'm sorry.
That's what I'm talking
He's my
about.
baby boy.
Claim that.
No, but I have had, bro. I think I got food poisoning earlier this week. Because I have just had the worst
Bubble
string.
guts.
Yeah, just fucking the nuclear fucking Chernobyl Hershey factory Nutella squirts. You know what I'm saying?
TMI,
I am not.
TMI.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm a
but-
visual
I think you
buncher,
should have started
bro.
with the Nutella.
Yeah.
story.
You feel me?
but you know,
Nigga said
I'm
Hershey squirts.
I'm so glad I'm fucking. I said Hershey Chernobyl nuclear.
All right.
All right.
All
So
right.
let's get that right. But I'm so glad that I'm Haitian, dude, because I told my mom that I was having stomach problems and she whipped me up some shit. Yeah, exactly.
Right?
She whipped me up some shit and I drank it and I no problems at all. You know, it's weird.
Wow.
No, yeah, she was like,
It's that special
yeah,
love.
it was something. Right.
Can we give a shout out to our moms?
Thank you, mommy.
And the reason I want to give a shout out to our moms, we know as we get older, things happen, right?
Yeah.
But the reason I want to give a shout out to moms, especially with Mother's Day recently passing, no one is going to pray and care for us in the manner that our mothers do.
Yeah.
And let's just, as we hear, put us on the main camera. To our moms out there, we love y'all.
Gracias,
And we
mom.
thank y'all.
Gracias, mommy.
No, but yeah, dude, for a while I could not trust my
Te
farts.
amo.
Your what?
I could not trust my farts.
It got to that point.
I got to that point. Bro, I remember.
No.
I remember
no.
twice.
I thought you said it in my
car.
It was earlier this week. I was
Let's talk about how he
coming.
just jumped into. It was so like, gracias, mommy, and then he.
Yeah, so
like, I can't with my farts.
back to my shits, right?
Yeah, like,
But I think it was earlier this week. I came to the studio because I had to get the hard drive I had to transfer some data, and I remember I'm sitting in my car, and I'm like, I thought I had to fart,
Boy, and you trusted it.
I'm sitting in my car, I'm just gonna let one rip, and I was like, oh, that's not a fart. I didn't make a mess. I didn't make a mess, right?
Yeah.
But it was like, and none had came out, right? But it was just the sensation, right? Like when
that shit probably came out hot as fuck, bro.
Exactly. When you have to fart, you can feel that's just wind. But this didn't feel like exactly.
That heat is like, oh no, this is too warm.
I'm sitting in my car like, oh, I have to get home. I have to get home right now. And that happened twice in one day.
Boy, when I got the shits like that, I stay home. So it's not even.
So yeah, dude, it was bad, like super bad. Yeah, and on top of that is like, I'm so glad that the human body, that I'm at the age where I don't have to worry about shitting myself in my sleep. Because like your body just takes care of that for you.
You shit yourself?
No.
Shit themselves in
sleep? Old people.
And babies.
Yeah, right. But like,
but can you imagine like,
or people with colon issues?
Yeah, with colon issues. But we're in that age group to where you can go to sleep and not poop yourself, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Or pee yourself.
And pee yourself. So I'm glad for that.
Yeah, like let me tell you, I had this dream where, I mean, mind you, I drank water before I went to sleep, and I was like, I do kind of have to pee, but whatever, I'll do it in the morning. And I fell asleep, and I remember I was dreaming, and I dreamt that I went to the bathroom, and I was peeing, and it felt so real, you guys. And I woke up.
No, the word. You can't trust
your dreams. And I woke up, and I was like, wow, I didn't piss myself. This is so impressive.
No, see, not I. I've had those. I've had the bathroom dreams. Mind you, I'm a grown man. I've had those. This guy. I've had those dreams where it's like that. And I remember this didn't even feel like a dream. That's why I was so mad at myself. This did not even feel like a fucking dream. I was in a fucking parking garage, right? And the dream was I was in the parking garage, and I remember I was with some buddies or whatever, and we were just like walking around. And I remember in the dream, because like, I used to be like out in the streets, like doing shit, right? So like, having a dream about being in a parking garage, it wasn't like out of the norm for me. I was like, this is somewhere that I could see myself being. So I didn't tell myself that I was in the dream. I remember like thinking like, damn, I gotta use the bathroom. And so I remember walking into this offset of the parking garage and just taking a leak, just fucking, and it's like in the dream, it's like you see yourself peeing, but you feel yourself getting warm, and you're like, oh.
Yeah, that's how you know you in
man.
It be like the moment where I be having a dream, and when I'm relieving myself in my dream, and I feel that warmness, it's like,
fuck,
and I got lucky.
And I know sometimes, because it doesn't happen anymore. Trust me, guys, it doesn't happen anymore. No, but I remember once, I was in the middle of it. And I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm too tired. I'll just clean my sheets in the morning. And
what?
Yeah.
Nah, boy, you have.
No, I've had the moments where I just fucking. I already let my dream. I already let my dream trick myself. Yeah, I already let my dream trick me.
Too much.
Fuck it. Yeah, no, fuck it. Well, right? Fuck it.
Well, on my end.
Nice.
But yeah, dude, I'm better now though.
I do want to give a special thank you to Tina and Tati today. I have been throwing up all day today.
Rip.
Anything to stay beautiful, right?
That's pretty dark and sad, but it's true. Not with me though.
Yeah.
But so as you guys know, your boy is a little jacked up. I take certain jacked up. I didn't say I'm jacked. I'm actually out of shape. So I went through a withdrawal because I have to stop taking my medicine for a time period, give my, my kidneys, my liver a break. And as I get back into the medicine, it literally tears through me. And I mean, like, yo, as you guys see right now, I'm looking good, but inside I'm fucking dying. So like I threw up like 4 or 5 times, and drink something, eat something, but you don't understand. Like when you're on this shit, you don't want to fucking take anything. So I just want to say thank you guys for looking out and getting me water and showing sincerity. And
wait, what does the medicine do to you?
So it basically makes me feel like I get cold sweats and I get nauseous, and because I don't have anything. I literally just throw up acid.
Yeah.
Oh, so I think you should eat just so you don't throw up
but
acid.
I don't have the desire to eat because
Just eat crackers.
It suppresses your eating.
I mean, I
don't
know.
wanna eat.
That's how I feel when
Like-
I don't say the N word.
So like in that case, like that's the one thing that kind of gets emotional because that's when like my partner used to rub my back and shit, and
Yeah.
you kind of have to go through it alone. But it is what it is. It's growth. It's life.
Man, fuck that
So-
bitch.
Apologize.
I'm talking about life, not about the lady.
Mm.
Not about the lady in your life.
All right. As long as we made that clear. So to bring a better understanding, I don't care what I go through with somebody. I never try to speak ill of them when they're not here to defend themselves. That's just my mindset. And he's not wrong in a sense because it's coming out of a place of love. But I appreciate
No,
it.
Yeah, you know when.
No,
when it
I
comes to-
lied. I wasn't talking about life. I was talking about her.
Yes. And I appreciate but
I understand because as a couple of besties, when you vent
No,
to
I
us,
mean-
and then we're like, this
Yeah.
person's not good for you or whatever,
Look,
and an example.
After the things that I've heard, and I was there with Jay, going through
witnessed
it.
some shit.
so
the
and
instinctual friend response is to be like, man,
I stand by what I said. But if you don't want, I respect that. I apologize. I respect that.
And
respect that.
I appreciate you.
No, because me as well.
Mhm.
When someone talks shit about like my exes, I'm like, hey, look, not that they're not here to defend themselves. It's like I'm not even gonna give them like headspace.
Exactly.
So it's
Well,
not even,
to me, I don't like doing that because I respect myself too much to bring myself down to that level to talk ill.
yeah.
right?
We all know what went down. Truth always comes to light. It is what it is. Let's keep it moving.
It do be what it
Good
do be.
energy, good vibes. So
When they go low, I
we go
low.
high, and if they go high, we go higher.
Higher.
All right. So for you guys today, as we basically talk, and we got a couple of situations. The first one was the icebreaker to get to know Joyce. So being that you opened up, and we do thank you for sharing, I think we're gonna go a little bit deeper into that. I do have some questions that I honestly, your character, the way that you present yourself is very intriguing to me. I don't know if you have questions for
Oh,
her.
I'm not intrigued by her at all. I don't think she's an interesting person. So
That's cool, man.
You just-
hey, people who
he's
don't
just
have
being si-
it's only the
side
small-minded
tired.
people who think like that.
Ooh, okay.
I intrigue the intriguing. You get me?
Ben down in the dumps.
Yo,
Yeah.
now mind you.
that's racist. I'll have you know.
Oh, because
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
black.
'Cause I'm
So-
black. I'm not black. You cannot go around Homestead
you're
calling a
midnight.
Haitian person.
As we get to know you, right?
Yeah.
As we get to know
I'm
you,
1201.
I know that you're Nate's friend and whatnot, but I hearing that you're into sports, I do have some questions for you, regarding like, if you don't, I don't mean to go too deep, your orientation, right?
Uh-huh.
Are you straight? Are you,
Gay?
Mhm.
Yeah.
so you're gay?
Yeah, I'm gay.
Right. So being that you're into sports, do you feel like there's a stigma where people feel like, because a lot of people
What?
be-
Yo, I want to know what what the other situation is. What's up?
the reason why I bring it up, right? So like
Why would you
a lot
ask
of my homegirls, the ones I was talking about,
It's cool. It's cool.
like the ones I said you remind me of, they were also gay, and it's like dominantly people were so, oh, she's gay, she must be great at basketball. Did you
Mhm.
ever receive that type of
Stereotype.
Oh yeah,
stereotype?
all the time. I think honestly, but there's also people who don't look like me and are
Mhm.
also just as gay as me. So I think
yeah.
it's very easier
Cliche.
to tell. Sure, you can say that because also but there's also girls who dress like me and aren't.
Mm.
Yeah.
So you gotta always
I feel like
understand
it's a
different things.
status thing now. Like I think people will pretend just for attention. Do you feel that way?
But it could also be fashion though.
Yeah.
Is
You
it
mean
fashion?
fashion?
No, because it's like the way
Like-
that she's dressed is like streetwear.
Yeah,
It's just like
you dress like the homie. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
you dress fresher than me. Fuck.
I would consider that
You know what I'm
fashion.
saying?
I mean, fashion
Yeah.
is the generalized
no,
term,
but a lot of women who dance dress like this.
True.
You mean like
It's-
b-boys and
So
Yeah.
you could say it's
and
culture.
they're straight.
It's
Yeah.
culture.
But
No,
that's
yeah.
just there's people that don't look the part, but they are, or it is
Mm.
the thing is it's never about that goes back to the saying never judge a book by its cover.
Yeah.
Like that goes back to think it's not about what they look like, it's about who they are as a person. You could look like a nice ass person. If I talk to you, you could be just gross.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's icky.
Let me
It's
tell you,
yucky.
I had in my junior year, I had a dance elective, because I was in intensive reading. So when I passed half year, they switched me
Okay.
over to a dance class elective, and at almost every class, I would wear my basketball uniform. All the girls were wearing leggings and tank tops for the class, and I
Yeah.
was wearing a t-shirt and basketball shorts.
Okay.
And
I feel like
I
that-
never asked not, yo, like, are you ever might I like I don't because I don't care for that. Like I don't go and ask people like,
Yeah.
yo, what are you? Like people like to assume and always ask. People in the park never think that I am. Some people do, some people don't. And there's guys who come up to me and they'll be like, and I'll be like, and I'll let them know.
Do you feel, because I know you were saying like you be cooking niggas up in the court, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Do you feel like because your preference, it makes it more irritating to them? Like, yo, not only
Maybe.
did you get like
I
he'll
cook you up
cook-
and I take your bitch.
No,
What's
but
up?
I feel like that because there's a lot of talent out there,
Maybe,
and
yeah.
I find like people find it in them to like nitpick just because they want to find a reason and to be upset. And it's like, no, nigga, you got your ass whooped.
Yeah.
Had nothing to do with that.
No, yeah,
It's kinda
that's
crazy.
why I bring it back. Just skill is just skill,
Facts.
right? It doesn't really matter, gender orientation, whatever, right? If something's impressive, people are gonna naturally like flock towards it, right? And so that's just human
I
nature,
always get
you know.
complimented on the way
Yeah.
I dress though.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I went out to a smoke shop and some girl was like, "You're not from here, right?" I was like, "What do you mean by that?"
Because you fresh. I'll be real
Like-
with you. Like my homegirls, yo, if they were my size, they might have to come up off some of them shoes and them, them gears, yo, because dressing fresher than me, dog. Like, yo, they had like the green Dickie suit and shit. I'm just like, you lucky you 5'5", yo. I'll steal your shit. I'll take your cookies.
Oh my god.
Nah,
Hey.
but I look at you and your demeanor's dope. Like you have a dope demeanor. You seem chill, laid back, and knowing that you guys have a history, man, that's a beautiful thing because there's a lot of people who can't say, yo, they known these people for this amount of time and they still got that strong bond. And I think that's something that's really dope to look
Yeah.
at. You know what I'm
I
saying?
think Joyce is probably the only person from high school that I still keep in contact with every once in a while.
Yeah, it's like one of those like, you good? Like, okay.
Yeah, I only
You just pick up where you left off.
Yeah, it's never
Yeah.
like awkward. Like I feel like once you kind of like shared something with somebody, like in that, like we
Just
shared
gone
that
through
experience.
something,
Yeah,
yeah.
we just gone through that experience together of like teams and all that, like
Mhm.
all that bullshit that happened, and it's just like I would always ask her about different things. I'd be like one days like when I'll feel like a little bit big, I'll be like, do I look fat? And she'll be like, no.
Can you see my pad?
Like
Is this a show?
it's just
Yo, hold up.
Because sports that always happens. Yo, can you
guys are
see?
hilarious.
Yeah,
Like,
it's just-
I can see that. Like,
you
yo,
know what I mean?
hey, if it makes you feel better, niggas be the same way.
Yeah,
yo,
like I'm pretty sure.
yeah,
like,
like
at the end of the day, me and
sometimes
her are
my
the same
pad
gender.
is like poking out and it's just like it's so embarrassing.
no, I don't think you
No.
understand. Like, so you remember how you be playing football and shit? Like,
Uh-huh.
yo, niggas be getting a little bit too comfortable. Like,
Yeah.
yo, this shit like it look like I'm packing. I'm like, I know you did not just ask me that shit, cuz I know you did not just ask me that shit.
I'm not looking good.
Oh,
You
okay.
feel me? Like it's like I apologize because I made you feel way
Yeah.
too comfortable.
Yeah.
Like
Small
you know,
wiener can't relate.
that
Hashtag shrimp gang.
Hashtag shrimp gang. Shrimpy.
Shrimp.
Shrimp.
No, but I think it's dope, man, because like being into sports and from your background, that it's like, do you sometimes feel like you have to flip it like a switch where you have to turn it on and off, or do you usually sometimes find yourself in competition mode where in a certain
So,
setting,
I think
like
I-
your game
I-
face is on? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I feel like people. Okay, there's a difference. I don't.
Mm.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
All right, so for me, like I feel like people like kind of like assume that because you're a certain way, like
Mhm.
I don't associate myself. I don't think I'm a dyke. I think I dress how I like, and I dress girly to different extents depending on how I grew up.
Run that back, right?
I don't think I'm a dyke. My pronouns are women, she, and like her.
Okay, so you use pronouns.
I'm a she. I'm a her. I'm a woman.
Okay. No, well, when I say, because again, this is where I ask people to educate me
Okay.
because I honestly I don't fucking know, so
okay.
it's very hard for me.
I
To,
don't
like,
get upset at people like that because at the end of the day, it's just what you're taught, and society has a way of
Thank you.
just giving different opinions and
At least
different.
you're open to it.
Yeah,
Like, some
I'm
people
not.
like,
I'm.
"What
I
do
would
you
never.
mean?"
Yeah, no. Unless you keep on, and then there's a difference.
When I hear the word dyke,
Mhm.
right? What comes to mind
Uh-huh.
is the Louise from county, and like there's
What do you
just a
mean?
like, because so I'm old school, right?
Mhm.
When I heard the word dyke, I think of like the butch person who
Yeah.
smokes a cigarette and
Yeah.
you don't know it look like a nigga like me.
A lot
You know
of-
what I'm
but a lot
saying?
of people
and
have
purposely
different-
grows the
yeah.
mustache and
Yeah.
tries to be more male than just
Then,
themselves.
Yeah, exactly. So there's a lot of differences now, like
Mhm.
especially nowadays. But a lot of people, like I have this conversation with people, and some people
Mhm.
don't even see me as a dyke. Some people do because I am considered more tomboyish than a regular girl.
That's the vibe I get from you.
Yeah, but it's like personal, you know what I mean? But like I
Mhm.
see myself like a woman. I just have been influenced differently than I wasn't raised like with my mom being
Mhm.
like putting on makeup or like
Yeah, which is
like
fine.
the typical stuff. You see my mom, she's a woman, you get me? She
Yeah.
dresses like super like a lady, but
But also
me
you
put
have
this
2
into-
brothers,
But let
right?
me put
Yeah,
this into
exactly.
perspective for you because like I also shared similar interests, at least up until after I graduated high school. It's when I started finding myself and started styling myself differently. So
Uh-huh.
I would always get my brother's hand-me-downs. Mind you, he's 6 years older than me. So like sleepwear most of the time would be like his shorts and like his t-shirts. Throughout high school, middle school and high school in sports, I never really had my nails done because first of all, like good hygienics, it's like not great to have long nails because you can get
Okay.
really hurt and injured,
and you
and not a lot of jewelry either.
and funguses underneath
Yes.
the nails.
So
and shit like
at least
that.
for me, like because I did a lot of sports, I mean, I have a different body type. So, someone
Yeah.
looks at me and they're like, wow, like I didn't think you're into sports because people always play into stereotypes.
I think it's because
Were you taller than most kids in high school?
Yeah.
obviously, nigga.
Yeah,
Like,
in
this
my high
Miami,
school,
dog. Like,
because
Yeah.
when we played against other schools, there
Mhm.
were because
Yeah.
I played center, there were other girls that were obviously a lot taller than me and bigger than me.
giraffes.
Yeah.
Yes. It just so happened that in my school, I happened to be a little taller than everyone on my team. There was another girl who was taller than me and she was bigger,
Okay.
so we were both center. But anyways, I would also have like a similar sense of style,
Mhm.
but it's different because since I'm taller and skinnier, I would have to like
Yeah,
like
certain things
it's
apply
different, so
and
it
work
doesn't
for
look
you.
the same. It wasn't until after I graduated high school I was like, you know what, I want to see how getting my nails done feels like, because I could finally have the freedom to
you
do
started
it.
that late?
Yeah,
You're a late bloomer.
Jason, and I also played instruments in high school, so I couldn't have
yes,
long nails
right.
because I couldn't strum the bass and the guitar.
Mm.
I couldn't. So after I left all that behind, I'm like, you know what? Let me get my nails done. Let me get more piercings, and I finally have a job and I can pay for my own clothes.
just
You know
made
what?
me-
I think
you
these
just-
look pretty on me, and you
Just
find
made me
your
feel better
style.
right now. You
It-
really just made me feel better.
For women, it's just different. We all have a different sense of style.
Yeah, what you're meant to find, you'll find.
And
Honestly,
also,
that's just how
I
it
feel
works.
like people don't have like the mentality that a woman is a woman. Like,
Okay, break that down.
okay, so like, there's a difference between a woman and a man. There's a big difference. The way they think, the way
Facts.
they I
Operate,
think it's honestly the way
react.
they operate, react, the
Mhm.
way that they have like a sense of like processing. It's completely different.
Yes.
You guys are more like how do I explain it? Like you guys are more like reactive, but more like and also forgetful. Like it's like it
More-
happens and it goes away. Like you guys don't
We
like
don't- So, like, I remember we were having a conversation before. Sorry to cut you
no,
off.
you're good.
So like I say like one of the biggest differences as men versus y'all being women, sometimes y'all just want to talk about the issue
You guys are so
and we just want to find a solution. Like we don't want to entertain it. We just want like, okay, this is what you got to do. Versus some women are just like, I just
You just want to
wanna-
vent.
I just want to vent.
Yeah.
That's when a rock-
Or sometimes you guys think you have the solution, but you haven't even branched out enough to know the
Facts.
solution. I think you guys just think you know the solution and you don't.
I also think sometimes, depending on a certain situation, not all males, but some males approach the situation because their guys like, oh, I got this. It's like, nigga, you didn't even hear the whole fucking thing, and you're already saying you got that. It's really unfortunate. So you got history. When I first saw you, honestly, I was like, okay, this is a person who's a smooth operator. Because I'm looking at her, I'm like, all right, she's reserved. I saw you came in. I'm a person, I I look at people's character. And when you came in, I was like, she's analyzing the fuck out the room. She's looking at everybody. She's looking at everyone's character, not in a disrespectful way, but in a candid way. It was like, she's trying to figure out, okay, this person's this person versus what comes out their mouth. You analyze critically,
Super.
but in a respectful manner. And I like that.
Super. I do it all the time.
I'm not psychic, by the way.
No, like,
You know what I'm saying?
no,
Jason's also like that.
I'm super like I don't explain it. Like I'll watch everyone's behavior, but I'm not judging, but like I'll have like enough.
That explains a lot.
Yeah, I would
Because
have enough
always
data
caught-
on you to know about you. And
I
like,
always caught you doing that.
Well,
sometimes.
Chaz says women interpret it, men respond. What do you feel about that?
interpret and what?
In terms of what we were talking about
Yeah.
before.
And men respond.
So someone in the comments made a comment.
That's my cousin, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Love you, cousin. What's cracking, cuz?
Crack-a-lacking.
I mean,
Like,
it depends.
I
They
need
feel like
chapstick.
they're responding, but doesn't mean sometimes that's the response.
I mean,
correct
Mm.
response. I feel like I have
yeah.
a friend who thinks he's responding and he's
Mhm.
just not.
Sometimes people are not
Oh,
responding. They're
So
just
you,
projecting.
yeah, you just know an idiot.
But I've met multiple idiots.
Depends.
Yeah, they're
And
plenty.
it's
yeah.
not that I mean to call
I'm
them
one of
idiots.
those, you
It's
know.
not that you're
Mhm.
idiots.
Yeah.
I don't want to
Yeah.
go and call you an idiot, but it's just the way you process things that are just very like there's no depth.
Yeah.
And things.
Jason's a fixer.
I
I'm not
try
saying you're not
to.
gonna be able to fix something.
No,
That's
no,
not
no.
what
But
I'm
I
saying.
get what you're
Yeah.
coming from. Like
Yeah, I'm
sometimes
just talking
it's
about
just-
the different perspective of how
think-
you seem
Yeah,
like.
I
Something.
think I'm an instigator.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Definitely. So the reason why I asked you about your sexual preference and whatnot, because as we get into the topic, guys, you know what I'm saying? 1424. Make sure this is your first time hitting them. Hit that like button.
The like and
Share with us,
subscribe. Hit
like
that
and
bell
subscribe.
icon for the notifications.
The
Please
reason
and
why,
thank you.
and I hope I didn't, come across you, but I feel like this is a topic that you're really going to be able to touch base on, especially being, with your backstory, especially with the basketball, sexual orientation, because life has treated you different because of that.
For sure.
You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? So our topic is there such thing as necessary and unnecessary bullying? So as we get into that, we're going to let the ladies speak on that first, because I know your ass got some shit to say.
Bro,
So-
yes.
Me, usually we take it with you, but being that Joyce is our guest, I want you to take that. Do you feel that bullying is necessary or unnecessary, or do you feel there's a balance in between where it needs to be moderate, depending on the situation
So-
and who it is?
Yeah. So going back to delivery
Mhm.
that we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
I believe that I wouldn't say it's necessary bullying, but it's always like preferred if you were to be honest. Like I prefer honesty over anything. Like if you see somebody dressed silly in a way and you don't know them,
Mm.
you're not gonna go out of your way to tell that person they look silly, because I am not part of that person's like
Yeah, you're not
I
gonna
don't know
disrespect.
them. That's disrespectful because I don't know you. But if we're
Mhm.
close enough and we know each other, and I think if you feel really like you're fitting your outfit, then there's a difference. You get me? But if I
Right.
just think like, for example, maybe your outfit, or maybe you decide to do something crazy, or like
You're not
I'll
leaving
give-
the house like
yeah,
that
I'll
because
give-
you
yeah.
tripping.
I'll give my
Mhm.
opinion on it, but respectfully, I'll be like,
Mhm.
listen, man, I don't know. And like people, like I have a friend, right?
Mhm.
He had a big nose piercing. Like he decided to put like an
A
earring.
Tupac.
I don't know, bro. He decided to put an earring like here as a nose piercing, right?
Okay.
And some people thought it looked cool,
Uh-huh.
Okay.
right? But it's because they never really thought to look at it. But I literally the first time I saw him with it, I was like, yo, like
What the fuck
you-
is
I'm
on your
like-
face?
Yeah, I'm like, yo, you don't think that's a little too big? Like I told him straight up, and he was like, you were the only person that told me that. He was like, and he's like, and I'm thankful because I thought about it, but no one. He's like, I ask everybody and they don't tell me because people are not gonna tell you.
No,
You know
yeah.
what we call that? Emperor's new clothes.
yeah.
You ever heard that story?
No, I don't know.
So
I haven't.
the emperor's new story is there's an emperor, and the emperor is like very showboating. He goes through the neighborhoods and whatnot. He likes to show off his wardrobe, and he's rich and he just wants to be like the hottest thing. So he goes to a merchant who makes him clothes and like, I'm gonna give you this fabric, and it's amazing.
Mhm.
And the nigga's butt naked, like they don't give him anything, and he's like
Nice.
not even sure, and it's like he's like not even believing in himself, but he's just taking the word of it. So they give him the fake clothes. He jumps on his little, parade thing. And as he's going through the parade, everyone's like cheering him on, like, oh yeah, it looks great. Da 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 da. Till one kid's like, you're naked. You know what I'm saying? And I think that relates back to what you're saying, because a lot of people see people make drastic decisions like that. And I say drastic because it alters your look,
Mhm.
you know? And a lot of time being real is very hard sometimes because you don't want to hurt the other person's opinion. But you saying that actually made him feel comfortable because it's like, yo, at least I know I'm not the only one thinking that.
Yeah.
So I think that's important balance to have that.
Of course.
But I wouldn't say that's bullying. If I may break down the question more for you guys, we're talking like, you know how they say it's okay
Like
to bully
name-
because it
yeah,
we're talking
name
like fucked
calling.
up, fucked up
Okay,
people,
okay,
like
yeah.
fucked up mean bullying where it's like that wasn't necessary. Like the Power Ranger dudes, you know what I'm saying? Like the niggas who run like Naruto and shit.
Naruto, Lord Almighty,
Wow,
please
did
give
you
me
just
strength.
say-
Naruto.
Okay,
But you see what he's doing right now? But he's tearing into me.
Wait, hold
But
on.
some
Okay,
pe-
oh,
But
wait
no,
a
but
minute.
some people feel that it's good for character development. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
some-
saying?
Yes.
yeah.
But there's
Alright.
also a
Okay,
backside
I
to
get
it
it.
because me growing up, I was severely fucking bullied. Like,
For
bully.
real? Who the fuck would bully you?
mama, I got jumped by 6 dudes. They split my tooth just because, you know, I was
You see that? I never like not like
like
for those who
So-
do get bullied, like obviously like my-
Right.
like,
so
but
So
I have never had that situation. Like I was a kid that like if I saw
Mhm.
someone bully, I'd be like, you're a punk. Like to
No,
me.
so
but
I would say
became that.
I would say that I think that in certain instances
Mhm.
bullying is necessary because sometimes
Mm.
people just need to know that what they're doing just isn't socially acceptable. Like
But then
But
again,
who
you're
are you
saying
to say
social.
that?
no, so
you're saying socially
but
is
listen,
what?
listen to what I mean when I say social. I guess saying
Mm.
socially is charged, but what I mean more so it's like, all right, imagine there's someone that's like walking around without like deodorant and they smell like right hot fucking piss, hot
Mhm.
dog, right? They smell like dog shit, right?
Okay.
But you're gonna bully them.
Not bully them, right? But that's why I say it's necessary and unnecessary. Not bully them, but like, yo, bro, you smell like shit, right? Bro, you smell fucking terrible. They could put some deodorant on, right? Some would say that is bullying, but at the same time, you're like, at the same time,
To you're being honest.
At the same time, it's like, nigga, if I didn't tell you this, you'd walk around continuing to smell like shit, confused why you smell
But-
like shit. But and another thing is like, it's like this.
I feel like hold
I
on,
would
feel like
say-
we're all kind of saying the same.
No,
thing
yeah,
though,
like I
but
would
it's not
say
the same.
it's completely situational, right?
Yeah.
Because there are some
Yeah.
instances where it's necessary, and then there are people who don't deserve to get like shit on, right? Like imagine like someone just looks a different way. Is bullying okay in that instance because they look different, right? Or like I would say this: there are some things that happened to me that I was bullied for
Mm.
that I believed helped me because
Mm.
if not, I wouldn't be as well adjusted as I am. Right?
I get that.
I think
But
getting
that-
bullied for certain things helps you become a more well-adjusted person
Okay.
because it helps you realize that I'm not going to get the best outcome, or at least the outcome that I want out of life if I continue moving this certain way. And this person, whatever their intentions were,
Uh-huh.
this person opened my eyes to something that I was before then oblivious to. And as a result of that, I can now take that lesson and add it to my personality to become a better version
But
of
I
myself.
have to
I can-
disagree with you on that.
Right.
though.
And that's fine. But I can say that I
Mhm.
wouldn't, I have an amazing sense of humor. I like to say about I have an amazing sense of humor. I'm wrong.
No, I mean yeah.
No, do you, you think I'm wrong?
My
Me.
opinion,
Yeah. You think I have a bad sense of humor?
I think your sense of humor is fucking retarded.
That's a good thing.
That's my
That's a good
opinion,
thing
though.
for me.
That's my
That's a W, right?
Okay.
But
What the-
and I wouldn't have the sense of humor that I have, like being able to laugh at myself, right?
Mhm.
People make fun of me, I can laugh at my own expense if I wasn't bullied. Because like when I was a kid, I used to go to this after school program, right? And the thing that you would do with your friends, you would get in a circle and everyone just like telling jokes, right?
Mm.
We're just
Oh,
like
okay.
having a good time spitting jokes, right? And I'd be that one kid that try and chime in with a joke, it would bomb. And
Aw.
everyone would look at me just like, bro, what are you right? And because
Crickets.
yeah, right, like
Okay.
it'd either be silence, they'd look at me with indifference, or they then the clowning would then come onto me, right?
Right.
So then as a result of that,
Mhm.
right, every day I would come back I would get sharper, right? I would get better at delivering material
But
and
that's
telling
just-
jokes. So
That's
like,
just improvement.
no, but improvement, like it's like walking through fire, right?
right.
Improvement through fire. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's why I said in some instances it's necessary because you could consider that bullying, right? I would be the butt of jokes because I wasn't good at telling jokes.
But
But they were
You-
your friends, though.
No, I wouldn't really say these guys are my friends,
in
right?
elementary
Like,
school, I
like
mean,
some of them were, but some of them they were just like,
your
Hi,
classmates.
I'm
right?
Ben, and
yeah, exactly.
I got a joke too. You were
These,
that
yeah,
dude?
these are
but
just
you're
like,
that dude.
yeah, right. These are just like peers. Some of them were friends, some of them were just like peers, right? These are
Alright.
just people who I was around because of where I was, right?
Yeah.
So, and again, and as a result of that, right, you could see the way that I was treated in some instances. That'd be bullying, right? And it was bullying.
Hold on. Overcast says this is still prevalent in your friends group today. It's a lifelong meme at
Oh
this
no, yeah.
point.
I see. So that's different, right? Because
Okay.
when you're with your people and you're getting on each other, that's like iron sharpening iron. You know what I'm saying? So that
Is
that
it?
Because
no,
there's still love.
no,
like,
it's still love. Like,
let's
bro,
say we're out of line at okay. Let's say we're all talking, and
Okay.
at one point, some of us gets out of line. You know, like
Mm.
you
Yeah.
for perfect
Out of-
example,
out of
you
pocket.
say something out of pocket,
Yeah.
and then Jason has massive love for you, but he is not afraid to come at you and be like and check you and put you in your place.
like, bro, you sound retarded right now. Like, it's like
he'll bully you, but like because we all know and love each other, it wouldn't be considered bullying
I call
because
it constructive criticism.
no,
yeah.
like I said, iron sharpens iron. Because like, bro, I'm like, because like one thing, it's a big. One of the easiest examples is like, imagine you're speaking right and you mispronounce a word. What me and my friends would do is like we would say that mispronounced word, right? Like it's like if you said like so something that I did recently that's become like a joke in the group is like I had mixed up saying my apologies and my fault, right? When we were like doing something. So I said my apologies. Right?
Ah,
So they're like, my apologies. And then instead of just going, oh, I said, yeah, my apologies.
I feel
It's-
you
yeah,
because my mom does that
Yeah,
to me in
right?
Spanish.
it's like I was like, it's the mixture of my fault and my apologies. So it's double. It's a double sorry. My apologies.
I've been bullied all my life.
Yeah,
you
and
guys.
now literally the joke is whenever like we do a thing, right? We just go, oh, my apologies, OG. You know?
but
So it's like it's sometimes it's okay and sometimes it's not. Like I said, the people that don't deserve it, then it's not okay, right? Like it's not like every instance when you get bullied, you become a better person as a result of it, right?
Exactly.
Sometimes you just
That's what I
become
was
bitter.
gonna say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes you become bitter. Sometimes you become jaded. Sometimes you then outwardly turn that towards the people who fit the archetype of the person that like bullied you, right? And then you become you have a certain predisposition towards people that fit the archetype of the person that bullied you when you were growing up, right? It doesn't always work out.
but
And I'm not arguing for the continuation of like nonsensical
I get what
bullying,
you're
right?
saying,
But I do think, if you let someone know that what they're doing is fucking retarded, I think that's perfectly okay. I think that if there's a kid, I think there's some fucking, if you're in class and some kid fucking jumps on the table and starts doing fucking hand jutsus or trying to do the fucking Kamehameha and you go, yo, let's fucking point and laugh at this guy because what the fuck is he doing? That'll teach him to stop fucking
I'm
doing that.
against
And maybe
that.
his life will
I
be better as a
believe-
result.
Hold on.
I'm just saying.
Go ahead, Nate. take
I
it.
believe that bullying for the sake of the enjoyment of other people's pains, pure
The
sadism,
expense.
Yeah.
is wrong. Okay.
Yes.
Now, because if we look up the textbook definition of bullying, it could be something along the lines of that. Taking the definition of bullying out of context and putting it into people who are out of line, out of pocket, do something very weird, out of the social norm. It could build one's character.
It's based on the individual.
It-
No,
it
it
is
does
based
come down to
on-
the individual.
it
Yeah.
comes to the individual and based on the situation. It really just depends on the scene, because bullying for the sake of bullying because you're a sadist and you enjoy the pain, that's wrong.
Yes.
But if you feel like, like Ben had said, you're in a class, prime example. One kid is acting super weird. At first, you don't say nothing. You're like, oh, whatever, mind your own business. But then it's repeat after repeat. And then this kid says something out of pocket. And then you know what? You say something to him. And then
But
one
that-
could
that's-
argue
And then
that
lo and
it's
behold,
bullying.
he recognizes that not fucking do that shit again.
But
But
you
I
see,
think,
okay,
yeah,
if
I
I-
think-
if I'm-
Go.
like, so if I may take this, right?
Yeah.
right.
Being that I was bullied, the reason why I disagree with you, it's time and place and knowing your place.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're saying that it could possibly build character development.
But be
And
real, no one
that-
really thinks about that.
Exactly.
process
No,
development.
no,
Exactly.
yeah, no one thinks.
But-
No one thinks, especially kids. They don't fucking think about that shit. You're
what
absolutely
I'm-
right.
what I'm saying is, like, you gave an example of a nigga with deodorant, right? You're basically saying you're gonna call that nigga out and be like, yo, you fucking stink. But this is where I have an issue with it. You don't know people's fucking life situations. And this is where me growing up, we have roast sessions, right?
Yeah.
And back in the day, we were fucking brutal. But the truth of the matter is, when it's all calm and shit, yo, nigga, I would go home and that shit would hit me hard. Like, damn, is this really how these niggas feel? So I stopped fucking around like that. And it's the same thing with what you're saying. I'm not saying that you're incorrect, but the reason why I say I disagree, not everyone's strong like that. Not everyone's gonna look at it as, oh, this nigga looking now, he helping me. And it could be like, yo, this.
But here's
but like saying with the whole deodorant thing is like, yo, nigga, you stink.
But there's
And-
a difference. You're not gonna be in a room and be like, nigga, you stink.
Yeah,
You know,
but
you're
what
not
I'm saying,
gonna
like,
do that.
but what I'm saying is, like, it's not always gonna be. It's not even. Don't even think about, like, oh, someone's looking out for you, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes it could just straight up be someone is fucking being negative, right? Someone is just
Yeah.
a fucking asshole.
Okay.
But because you were before that point, you were oblivious to how your behavior, something you were doing, were affecting other people.
Right.
Once this was brought to your attention, you're like, oh damn, maybe I should do something about this because I don't want, because like you even said, time and place, right? Know your place. So imagine,
Mhm.
like I said, you're in class. Imagine some kid doesn't fucking know that. Imagine some kid thinks it's appropriate to fucking sniff women.
You
But-
know,
but
you know what I'm
that's-
saying? Like,
But
what-
that's not
like,
bullying. That's basically called holding niggas accountable.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Bullying
But
is you
But
going.
people-
Like
but
putting your
bully-
foot and
Yeah.
like shoving them. To
No,
like,
but I'm saying, like-
bullying is going out your way to literally make, because what you're talking
Yeah.
about is honestly basically holding niggas accountable and honestly reassuring and effort to try to.
I feel like
better
now,
that
I think now that we
person.
talked about it, we could say that bullying isn't necessary.
Look,
Yeah.
it says here, a bully seek to harm, intimidate, or coerce someone perceived as
Exactly.
vulnerable. Now, what helps me is I like to think about hypocrisy. Am I a hypocrite? What if I put myself in the other person's shoes?
Okay.
So let's say I was the one in high school that didn't put on the deodorant, and someone like Ben
Mm.
told me, "Is like, yo, like you girl, you stink. You even put on deodorant? Like, what is wrong with you?" You know, I would go
Why'd you say
home.
it like that?
I would go
Yeah,
home, and
yeah.
of course, you know, my
Yeah.
timid self would be like, "Oh my god, wow!" But you know, at least now I can think back and be like, "Okay, what if I ran into someone like that and
Mhm.
they stunk?" And I mean, like my nose, I was like, "Damn, this person stinks." How would I approach it? Because I'm not perfect. I'm still developing as a
Yeah.
human being how to properly communicate.
Are you
I
talking
would
about
probably-
kids? Kids don't
Yeah.
have a filter.
but
They
Yeah,
don't, but at least
that's
me,
not
I would
bullying,
I would
though.
probably say the same thing, and I wouldn't be as like, okay, maybe I shouldn't blame the person for saying how they said it, because I would probably say the same thing. And thinking otherwise would make me a hypocrite. You have to put yourself in the other person's shoes as to why they reacted the way they did. But
Facts.
a lot of kids are obviously not gonna have this thought process. It's just
Yeah.
me.
no, but like
obviously.
They're
you
highly
can give the
emotional.
textbook definition of bullying, but then
But what
people,
you're saying is not bullying, though.
but
because
people
bullying-
would definitely consider that bullying if you're
But-
getting on someone for something that they're
but-
doing.
But to focus on the point, what we're
Right.
talking about
Honestly,
is
like-
that we think bullying is necessary. When you say bullying, say the situation with the deodorant, right?
and the
You
society,
saying in society- Society, you saying it to the person's face is not you bullying. Bullying is like, yo, everybody, this nigga smells like fucking
Yeah.
shit.
yeah,
No, no,
yeah.
that
It's
is
humiliating.
fucking bullying.
Yeah.
To
Yes.
humiliate, to demasculate, or to immaculate. Like, that's where, and I take it very passionate because I went through that. When I say I got bullied, niggas be like, oh, look at Steve Urkel. You know what I'm saying? They took shit I couldn't change about
Yeah.
myself and put it on display. And what ends
feel
up
that.
happening, the reason why I can never condone bullying is because when you do shit like that, again, we all fight demons in our lives. Yo,
Yeah.
even at young age, we're fighting fights that not our parents don't even know about. We can bring it back to you with sports. There was times I guarantee you that shit fucked with your mental because it almost felt like you were being attacked in certain situations
Not
because
feeding, I was.
Yeah.
For sure.
exactly.
Bro,
you know what
I-
I'm saying? And times with you being, flaquita, and you weren't even comfortable with the word because nobody understood. Like, you took that inside and you weren't able to expose that to express how you feel. You had to eat that. And
So,
times
I mean,
with you, like
I can
when
say-
people say that,
Yeah,
oh,
no.
you know,
Hey,
oh, man, you're black.
let me tell you.
You know?
And
You're black.
this is the
But a white guy,
black,
like, you know,
Yeah.
I think
that shit.
my first time being introduced to feeling bad about something that I couldn't change about myself, which was my skin tone, right?
Oh yeah,
remember-
as a kid, had they
yeah.
ever?
Yeah,
Wow.
as a I
Mhm.
remember.
Okay, wait. Does every black person experience that?
No, I
The
think
majority.
someone as black as me would experience what I'm about to say.
I want to
Yeah,
know, like,
I have.
because
like-
my brothers are dark skinned.
yeah. So like I
they've
remember
experienced-
once
I'll let
this
you take
this
it.
girl I had a crush on
Mm.
in middle school. I remember I overheard her. She wasn't saying this to me.
Mm.
I was sitting here and she was sitting in the back of the class somewhere else, but my hearing was good.
Yeah.
And so I heard her say, "Oh, Rebens, he's not ugly, but he's just too dark." Right? Heard her say that. And this is a girl that I had a huge crush on. Snap my
That shit hurts.
snap my heart in fucking two. Right? Because like, damn,
It's like when
because
they-
I'm so fucking dark.
I remember messing with a chick
Yeah.
and like I thought she liked me. Like I really thought she liked me. And she was like, oh, I only fucked with you because you were black and I wanted to see if it was true.
Damn.
Wow.
And it hurt
Yeah.
because it's like, damn, I honestly thought you were interested in me. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
There's
she was,
times-
but for the wrong reasons.
yeah, or like my ex, I had to wait outside her house because her mom didn't like the fact I was black and made it very blatantly like,
Yeah.
yo, I don't want no nigger baby. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not letting him
What
in the
was her-
house.
And so, but
Ecuadorian and Cuban.
so I'll say this though, and this is why I'm in the camp. I'm on the side for bullying, and I get it, hot button. But this is why I am, because I remember in high school, remember I felt bad about my skin tone. I wanted,
Yeah.
I didn't like being as dark as I was. I hated it, right? Because
But
that
you
was-
think you're talking about bullying or holding others
no,
accountable?
so this is bullying. What I'm gonna say now is just straight up bullying,
Okay.
right? And it's like, so I remember my nickname in high school was Sunspot.
For
Because
real?
because we had learned about the
Mm.
sunspots in science class, right?
Mhm.
The sun has like little black spots on it that you can see, whatever. And I have like this birthmark on my face.
Mhm.
So they're like, damn, fucking Ben is Sunspot, right? That was my nickname, Sunspot. And you know what? But it was one of the why it was okay is because we came up with really mean nicknames that for each other, right?
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
I had a friend that was kind of like overweight, and he's like, we called him No Neck. We had another friend that like he always sagged his pants, and he always wore shorts that were too small, so we called them baby
Mhm.
shorts, right? We had just like really mean nicknames for everyone for no reason, right? And it hurt, but seeing that everyone else had equally mean nicknames that
Mhm.
right that hurt.
Yeah.
I that's one of the reasons why I have as thick skin as I have now, right? It didn't
Right.
it didn't completely
But that's you as an individual.
yeah, it didn't completely close off my heart, right?
Mhm.
But it helped me, it gave me the baseline on top of like all the other shit that happened to me before.
Mhm.
Because like my skin was like the last barrier that I had for myself mentally that didn't really allow me to laugh at my own expense, right?
Right.
And as a result of that, that's what gave me the foundation that I needed, right? And you're right. It's down to the individual, right?
Mm.
But imagine how many individuals are missing out on that necessary adversity to become the best version of themselves. Now, here's the thing. It doesn't always work. You're not
Mhm.
wrong. It does not always work, and it's not
Mhm.
always necessary. But
Okay.
there are people who it does help and who do need it. Right?
When
That-
did you start loving your skin?
It was in high school, like I said, right? Because
In high
they were
school,
calling me
okay.
Sunspot, and I was
Okay.
like, but then it gets to a point where you're just like, I am who I am. I
Mhm.
can't change that about myself, and I got to get it how I live. So you just do it as you can, because then you would get to points, and like it's different now. But my sister, one of my older sisters, she was as dark or darker than me, right? And she didn't like it because she got made fun of for being dark, right? Nowadays, if you're fucking black as shit, right? People love it. People love dark skins now, right? But back then, you were a laughing stock, right? People made fun of you for being as dark as you were. So one of the things that my sister did, she would use this product that made her skin lighter with
Bleach
like
your skin.
you would treatments, your skin would become lighter.
Wow.
And and she did that, and there are plenty of people, like if you see people where like they look like they're lighter around their eyes and like stuff like that, but there are other parts of their face that are seem dark. Sometimes it's natural, but other times it's because they're using a product that lightens their skin so they have a lighter complexion.
Wow.
My sister, she was doing that for a bit. She's not doing it anymore because like, right, she came around to liking her dark skin and all that, right? But right, those are the extremes that she went to because of that, right? And that didn't happen for me, and I'm glad. Even though I was getting bullied for it, I just kind of took it all in and went, I can't do shit about it. That's just who I am. You know,
to what I'm saying, you guys don't take it as deep as other people do.
No, exactly, but
especially like women take things way deeper than men. Men, like I've seen like the way you guys roast each other, and it's
brutal.
It's brutal.
Yeah,
exactly.
brutal.
It's very brutal, but it's not like you'll hang out the next day.
Yeah.
Like a girl would not. Like we'll be like, nah.
If I may,
I'll
right?
be like, nah.
Yeah.
I have heard women say shit about their homegirls behind their back that fucks me up. And I'm just
girls can be mean.
I think it's different because like men.
Yeah, I think you guys are worse than us. I think because
we are more. We can go
it's
deeper.
More analytical and it's more mental.
Women are vicious. Men are brutal. Like that's the difference. Like I'll be like, oh, you fat. Like nigga, you fat as fuck. Fuck you, right? But then a girl will be like, oh yeah, that's why your fucking man cheated on you because this, that, and the third, right? And it's like
they'll bring like, and I'm not saying all women. I'm just saying like the biggest difference. Not for us to go on a tangent, like what I have experienced, because this is just my opinion. When it comes to women being brutal with each other, it's like the same thing when you guys get brutal with us. Y'all hit us at a core, and it's usually shit we cannot change. That's when it hurts. Because I can like when I'm light, I can make fun of your body weight. I'll make fun of shit on my boy that he could fix, but girls. Like, it could be like,
that's your eyes are far apart. You're like, whoa.
At least my mom's not the one who fucking rejected me. Like, it like hits. You know? I always say it like this: the most dangerous thing on a woman is her fucking mouth.
Yeah,
because she could encourage and she could fucking destroy. But final thoughts on the bullying, Nate?
No.
So you don't think bullying is?
I don't think bullying is necessary, but I do think that good communication establishes a good character, like
to hold accountability,
to be held accountable.
No, you're against bullying.
I mean, I wouldn't say I'm for bullying. I feel like
you don't feel like it's structured.
You could talk shit, but like most of the time people are like, "Yo, chill." But once you like keep going, that's already like
at someone's expense to fucking.
But it's not even you bullying. It's
demasculate and humiliate
them.
That's
it. Like you're just cut because why would you do that?
So you think it's
no? I'm still for bullying. I'm still certain levels, right? If you're gonna put your hands on someone, that's another thing entirely. Yeah, but that's another thing entirely. But
that's bullying.
No, it is bullying.
I'm not trying to jam you up, but when you say you're for bullying,
it's assault though. Also,
it is, but it is bullying. So when you say you're for bullying, you can't nitpick. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. You either for it all the way. Or you're not for it.
I guess take the good with the bad. I still have to say that I'm for
bullying all the way.
Because I think that there are plenty of people who, when they talk about their experience with bullying, I'm not saying that majority. I'm saying that there are plenty of experiences anecdotally with people who talk about how they were bullied.
Their life.
Yeah, and as a result of that, they are literally
the
got
best. In the gym.
Exactly, they did their thing.
I get that.
So I can't say that it hasn't done good, but I also can't say that
that's the diamond in the rough.
Right. I can't also say that it hasn't done bad, right? Because again, like, bro, look, I'm gonna be for real, bro. There are some things that are happening in this world today that I think if bullying was still like a thing and like it was back in the 80s, there'd be a lot less nonsense these days. That's just me. But I can't even say that definitively because we don't know, because it's not there, right? We're not living in that reality where bullying is still a thing.
What about situations that are leading because of those bullies that are now?
Wait, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Like now there's different access to a million other things before.
Back
then the things that you have access to
reserved
is not the same as now.
No, yeah, because
you bully the wrong white kid somewhere is gonna lead to a shootout.
No, exactly.
Overcast says make some pro bullying t-shirts. I'll buy them. No cap.
I'm on it. No, but in the modern era though, you get these stories where a kid gets bullied. And he goes to shoot up a school, right? That's like the thing.
But that's the reality.
And that is the reality, right? Yeah. And it's not like because the thing is, right? Let's be for real. Bullying isn't going away. Like, right? Once if you get rid of bullying or what it is to bully someone, then
but it's gonna be way more minuscule than
Yes.
I mean, sure,
more
right?
sinister.
I would
Everybody's
say
more liberal than ever.
I would say
Agreed.
sure, because liberals still bully people, and that's in the form of canceling, right? It still exists. It just
Cancel
takes on a
culture.
different form, right?
Yeah.
But
It just takes on a different form. So
I think what she's talking about is
I-
more in a detailed.
No, I get it.
structure.
Like people are allowed to be themselves and stuff
Mhm.
like that. But again, what I said still stands true, right? Like, because it's like this, right? Imagine someone that doesn't support like the LGBTQ or whatever, right? If a person were to openly say that, then the people who do support it will go, "Oh yeah, no, you whatever you're doing, we're gonna fucking cut that shit out right here and now." And right, and that's in the form of canceling. They'll go for their job. They'll go for right all that shit. So that I still consider that bullying, because if
That
you're
is bullying.
if you're coming for someone because they disagree with you, right, or you don't think that they're acting like so,
I
right?
agree with that.
So
but that's because of the person, though. It's a person
Agreed.
thing. That we're not talking about if you don't support an opinion that's well
Yeah.
shared.
Yeah.
You're
It's
talking
not
about a
that.
person going out their way to actively
Because
fuck
of-
somebody
yeah,
up
because-
because you don't agree with that person's
That's just being
lifestyle,
toxic.
religion.
Yeah.
Like that's you being a narcissist.
no, but
if we gotta,
no, but because there are plenty of people on all sides, facets of
Mhm.
life that do it unprovoked, is why I'm saying bullying isn't going away. Yeah, it's
I mean,
but-
that if everyone's gonna talk shit, yeah.
yeah,
everyone's
bullying
gonna
is
talk
never
shit.
gonna go away. But
No, it
to,
literally
to
isn't.
get on to the next, if I may, at least for me, as a person who was bullied, I don't condone it, because unfortunately, we've seen what happens when people take themselves out, have committed suicide. It affects people to a magnitude that we truly still to this day don't understand.
And then someone else can argue the fact that maybe they weren't strong enough and
Exactly.
No,
survival of the fittest. But
yeah,
it's
I mean, we're
why
not
provoke
that,
it?
that's not our society anymore. And you know, right, I'm not saying right, because what Logic had presented to me is that if I take the good, I have to take the bad. So
Yeah.
I'm going to do that, right? But I'm not saying that as a result of that I condone, bullying someone to suicide, right? Like getting
No, we
making
get-
fun, like right,
we
Right,
get
but
that,
I,
but
but I
but
understand,
that is a
yeah,
product of
right.
what could come from that.
yeah.
But as I'm sorry, I want to keep it going.
Yeah.
That being said, we do something called Am I the Asshole? So Nate is going to talk about Am I the Asshole?
Yeah.
And let's get into it.
Nate is going to talk about Am I the Asshole? And yes,
So-
continue, please.
Yeah.
Do I have an asshole? Okay.
What?
What? All right. Hey, she said it.
I'm not a doctor.
I don't need to be a doctor to know that.
Okay. Anyways, my wife, 32 female, left me after I, 34 male, cheated with her permission.
He's not the asshole. He is the asshole, but he's not the asshole.
Wait. Start
was the
over.
ti-
Start over.
that
It's
was
not
the
cheating if
title.
there's permission.
That was the title. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
So I, 34 male, met my wife, Elisa, 32 female, at college, and we were dating for 2 years. We're married for 7 years, and we have a daughter, 5 female. She is the love of my life, charming, intelligent, and funny. Our relationship always has been great, and intimacy was great, and so is communication. But during college, while we were dating, she had one hookup with a random, but I ended up forgiving her. I was so in love with her. She was someone who liked partying, clubbing, and drinking. 4 years ago, during one of her friends' parties, she ended up with a one-night stand, and it almost caused our divorce. My feelings broke that day, but for the sake of our daughter, I endured the humiliation and shame and asked for marriage counseling and individual therapy, in which I asked for a hall pass to make my almost non-existent self-esteem capable of grabbing something to give me confidence.
Okay.
After that, everything turns to the better. She stopped partying, clubbing, and drinking, while at the same time be a better partner and a better mother, which made everything much more like a healthy relationship. Although my feelings in our relationship were never the same. 1 week ago, during one of these trips, I was having a drink in the hotel's bar and met a young, attractive girl that started flirting with me. Eventually, I ended up having sex with her. I regretted it later. After coming back, my wife found out because one of my coworkers saw me kissing the girl and let my wife know. I told her all the truth, and we ended up in a heated and painful argument. where she accused me of cheating after all the effort she put me to make everything works. I told her that she gave me a hall pass, and she said that after our relationship was repaired, that hall pass should have never been used. She left with my daughter and is staying with her parents. I feel lost right now. I don't know if we can still reconcile and if our marriage is still salvageable. How can I make it correct? How can I fix this problem? I still want to raise our daughter together.
All right. So the problem was that
Yeah, in the end, it basically summarizes wife 32 female, cheated years ago. I, 34 male, forgave her and asked for a hall pass. I cheated with hall pass and she left.
Okay.
yeah, the first mistake was staying
But
with
it
her
happened
after she
once.
cheated.
What,
Okay.
once?
So
I
before
think it
we
was
take
twice
this,
you mentioned.
let's let the women take this one. Nate, you take this one with a hall, and then Joyce, you follow behind. I want to hear what your input is on this.
This is so messy. Like, first of all, I think in the story it mentioned that she cheated twice, throughout college and then very early on while they had the kid together.
Okay.
And obviously being married, I can understand how difficult it must be, especially if there's a child involved, wanting to raise that child in a 2-parent household. I think the mistake was infidelity. I think the mistake was where they didn't properly communicate about the hall pass after the relationship was supposedly fixed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because at that point, it's like he didn't know. At least it wasn't stated that he didn't know the hall pass was nulled. It expired because it was better. She never verbally said anything. Cheating is still wrong, you guys. I don't condone it, but this is messy. And I just feel like it just feels wrong of how she approached it at the end. But then it's like,
hold on. Tina says he shouldn't have left after the first time. Oh, he should have left after the first time.
Yeah.
She should have communicated that the hall pass was rescinded after. Bro, my eyesight is messed up after things got better.
yeah, no, Tina's right. Tina is 100% right. I agree with her.
Yeah, I don't think it's messy at all. I think it's very cut and dry.
I mean, it can be. I just think it's messy because it went on for as long as it did, and it shouldn't have.
I think they don't fuck with each other.
Yeah.
So
I think they just like.
I think he fucked with her more than she fucked with him.
Yeah.
That's what I think happened.
And he probably begged and I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I just think they really didn't fuck with each other.
Yeah.
Like, there's just different like ways that you go about different things, and there's different people for a lot of things, and there's people who like, for example, you would have been out.
Yeah.
You get me? Some people are like, oh wait, you get me? Like, nah.
Yeah,
Like, I just think they didn't fuck with each other like that. I think she just stayed because maybe there's somebody, giving you that attention, and someone's willing you to give you a lot of people do that. A lot of people don't see someone trying and someone's on your ass. You're gonna be like, you know what? Let me give that person attention. They're on my ass. You get me? But honestly, I don't think she fucked with him.
So that's your take, and your take is you agree with that.
Yeah, I also agree with Tina. And
Okay.
he should have left after the first time.
You should have known
yeah.
his worth too.
No, yeah, dude. Look,
so your take.
I commend him for wanting to work things out, right? I think that's very impressive because it takes a lot of swallowing your own pride in order to see things through like that, At the same time, and I guess this can be offensive because we're in an era where a lot of things are being redefined, and things aren't really as black and white as they used to be. But a story like this makes me call into question his manhood. And I'm gonna say that honestly. It's because so one would say oh, he's a man for wanting to stick it through, right?
He has a family to save.
No, I'm not
Not
talking.
the first time,
I'm talking about way. Yeah, I'm talking about way
The
before.
first time they didn't have a
I'm
daughter.
talking about way before. Let's forget about the dog. Let's forget about the first time because that's where it.
Okay.
Right. That was the turning point in their relationship. Right.
All right.
And some would say that he listens to his heart. He knew that this is the girl he wanted to be with, and he couldn't see a life without her, so he wanted to see it for the long haul. And someone will commend him for that. Others, I am one of the others. Why? As you said, you got to see your worth. And clearly he did not, at the time, he did not see his worth. Right. And then they stay together, they have the daughter, and she cheats on him again, based on what the story said. That should have been the final nail in the coffin. Even though it would have been hard for the daughter, you at the same time, you have to think about it like this. What would be better for your daughter to grow up in a household where it's okay for you to be infidelitous or to show infidelity in your relationship and to just get a slap on your wrist for it, or
Mhm.
to show that your actions have consequences, right? And as a result of someone's poor decision making, you know, we are where we are now, right?
Yeah.
I think that's a more important lesson, even though it'll be a very hard
course.
one
Yes. Yes.
to show to your children,
I agree.
you know, and it takes a lot of strength beyond wanting to save it to end it, because we're creatures of habit, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
If you're with someone all that time, it's going to be a lot of hard to sever that tie, especially if you have a kid. But it's like come on.
I'm gonna cook on this one. I'm gonna cook. So
Yeah, but no, he should have left her the first time. He didn't stay with her, whatever. He should have left her the second time, then stay with her, whatever. Honestly, you know what? After taking this in, he is the asshole. He's the asshole and the idiot for thinking that it was gonna stay sweet after what she had put him through. You know, he got what he got. Like,
now she has a perfect excuse to leave.
right? Exactly. Like, because imagine she been wanting to leave him.
Yeah.
When they
Yeah.
first got together, she been wanting to leave him, right?
I agree.
So it's like
Mhm.
and you can't always expect. His mistake was expecting someone to give him the same benefit of the doubt that he gave them, right?
Wrong
Yeah.
package,
You know?
a wrong package at the right.
Exactly, right?
Mm.
He thought that, you know, he was gonna be able to do this and be like, "Oh, but baby, I love you." No, nigga, you fucked up, right? Because it's like this. Even if you really did love this woman, even if you had the hall pass, you wouldn't have fucking taken that shit. That was a trap from the get-go, my guy. That was a setup. She was hall passes are a setup 100% of the time, bro.
That's an opinion
Ain't
statement.
nobody with a fucking brain gonna be okay with their partner whom they supposedly love sleeping, becoming intimate with another person, unless they don't see the importance in sex or in intimacy through sex.
If I'm
right? That's just me.
As I say, I'm gonna cook, right? We all know there's her side, his side, and the truth. So prematurely early into the relationship, she cheated, correct? Right? He took her back. I think a lot of times we are talking from a place where we do not have that emotion. We're talking rationally now, but you have to look at it, and you have to look at it from a side where it's like, I don't feel what this gentleman's feeling. I don't know what emotions are going through him. You know what I'm saying? I don't know enough in the history of what they've been through. You know, so it's very easy to see like, yo, yeah, that nigga's an idiot for even taking her back, you know, yada, 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 because if she wanted to be with him, she would have never done no shit like that. I'm not condoning cheating. You guys know I'm old school. However, everybody makes fucking mistakes. Now, does it make it right? Am I making excuses? No. What I'm saying is evidently everyone makes mistakes, right? That was the first time. The second time, by that time they had kids, right? They say, yo, a tiger can never change his stripes. Once a cheater, always a cheater. Now, mind you, people sign up for things and they do what they're okay with. Sometimes it's a fear of being alone. They don't want to basically start over again. And in this case, this happened in high school. And again, there's his side,
College.
her side, college, his side, her side, and the truth. We're only understanding he might have done some foul shit too that we don't know about.
Yeah.
Because let's be real.
I was gonna say
9
that,
out
'cause
of
two
10
deep-
times,
Yeah.
this is why I say let me cook, because it's like, yo, I try to look deeper into the story. He didn't say if he cheated or not. We
Yeah.
don't know that. You know what I'm saying? There's couples out there that we see that cheat on each other and they get back together. It's toxic as shit, but I cannot fault him for him following his heart, because everyone in this room has literally allowed their heart to at least astray them in the wrong sense at least one time. You know what I'm saying? I say emotions is like what? Liquor. It impairs your ability to operate and functionally and think rationally. So when you're in your feelings, yeah, you might put up with shit that you normally wouldn't because you love the person. Now, let's move it up a little bit into the hall pass situation, right? Now, once you start talking about hall pass, we're in a day and age where monogamy is fucking scarce now, and everyone's on that. What do you call it? The
Rotation.
the polyamor, whatever the polyamorous. That is literally what we see, especially in our lifetime. That is becoming more common. Why? Because people rather go with what feels good than what's right. So when she gave him the hall pass, yes, is it a fuck up because there's a clear definition that there's an expiration to it? That's fault on both sides, but they choose to fuck with each other. Unfortunately, what's really sad is out of all this, the kid suffers. But to say, is he the asshole? I have to say she's the asshole.
Oh, she's the asshole from the get-go.
She's the asshole from the get-go for cheating, but she's the asshole because you decided to play the game. You made your bed, lay in it.
Mm-hmm.
You brought up the term of the hall pass. He did not. You get what I'm saying? Maybe that was in an effort to fix the relationship, to justify it because you were scared of losing him. There's emotions at play that we don't understand. So it's very easy for us to be like, yeah, that nigga's stupid. She's stupid. I would never done no shit like that. But has any of us been in that situation type shit? You know what I'm saying? Of course, we haven't. So I'm not trying to basically break down too critical on it. But in this sense, I have to say she's the asshole. And I give
he's the idiot.
He's the idiot because he's lying to himself. But she wasn't being real with herself either.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I have to call him the idiot, and I have to say she's the asshole in this one. That's my opinion.
Dude.
What a fucking mess.
I have a question. This is super different. Okay, you know how like people have different standards on men and like different and also different women.
Mm-hmm.
So like for example, there was a post one time that I saw that it was about Ayesha Curry. You know who that is?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Steph Curry's wife.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm
Should
so
be X.
disappointed.
She had said what?
Should be X.
Why?
She's looking for attention from other men. Shit's crazy.
That's
just me.
not a bad thing though.
That's just me.
But why do you say that?
Why do I think
Yeah,
it's a bad thing that
why did you mention that she's looking for attention? What were you saying about that?
Because of what she did.
What did she do?
Yes, I'm
Oh,
saying.
y'all don't know? Oh,
No.
I'm sorry. Let me. So she was basically talking about
How? Okay, that's what I was gonna say. The attention thing.
yeah,
That why can
because-
he get attention
and
why can't she?
well, she had did some stuff before, earlier where people were like, yo, we're literally about to see the breakup of a great couple because of the way she's acting, right? They're supposed to be like very highly influenced religiously and morally correct. And she said on, what was it? Was it The View? I think it was. That she was on. She was on some talk show.
Wasn't it the fucking Red Table?
Yeah, maybe.
Yes, it was. Fucking bald-headed demon. Right.
You bald-headed demon.
So in her case, she's basically saying that she wants attention from other males because she feels alone.
Okay.
And that's where I grew up, and I said it to you guys 1,000 times. Men need to be loved, women need to feel wanted, because the day that you as a man don't make your woman feel wanted by you, she might go seek validation from someone else.
Yep.
That's
Okay,
really
but
how
look,
we're programmed.
Okay, listen, look. So yeah.
Mhm.
So what I had heard is that what she said was the whole that why is it wrong for her to want to seek validation the same way he they sexualize Stephen Curry because he's a good-looking basketball player, but
Okay.
she can't be sexualized because she's seen as Stephen Curry's wife. That's what she was saying. That she was seen. She was being seen as his property instead of seeing it as her individual self. As
she wants to be equal to him, where she could be basically.
She wants to be.
It's not that she want. I don't think it's that you want attention. It's just
No,
you're taking her attention away because you're not giving her own identity. You're saying that she's Stephen Curry's wife.
But it's
also
like
does
this.
what she was doing before too, like with the fucking Snapchat and shit. Like, yo, you're here with your man, and what do you call them shits? An eggplant fucking emoji.
Yeah.
You know? She's like, "What's up, babe? We're gonna do this tonight." Da, da, da. Here's the truth, and this is just my opinion. Correct me if I'm wrong. When you're a certain tax bracket and in a certain status in life, unfortunately, you have to basically understand all eyes is on you. You don't get to act a certain way. You represent your man, you represent your woman to a higher detail because what's tied to your name, what you're responsible for, and what you're associated with. And that's why I feel like she fucked up. Media, what is media? Attention whores. They will try to make a story out of anything. And if you give them that ammunition, you only have yourself to blame. So when you basically said that shit, understand, Your man is a fucking basketball player.
He's
And
a
one of
public
the-
figure.
He's a public figure and one of the best in the league. So unfortunately, you signed up for that when that's who you basically chose as a partner.
But I think she let it get to her. I think her feelings.
her
got
feelings-
hurt.
No, yeah.
But your
Yeah.
feelings-
And I
but-
don't think it was
but
like
your
that. She
feelings
was
are
over
not
here.
valid,
No,
though.
They're not.
because it's
but
like
she's
imagine
hurt. You
it's
get
like-
me?
Yes, I get that.
it's like imagine you're because she's not ugly by any means, right? Imagine
Mm.
you're her and you look the way that you look, and like you said, people don't see you for you; they just see you. Oh, that's Steph Curry's wife, you know. And
Yeah.
it's like, but it's like let's
But that's
think
a dangerous thing.
let's think
man.
logically. How could you amount to someone who's one of the most world-renowned
But
basketball
imagine
players,
the
right?
pressure as that person.
Yes,
No, yeah,
agreed.
I think it pushed her to say something
Man.
that everybody was like, "Yo, whoa!"
Because
like,
the peer pressure got to her.
but there's other women
Imagine.
who would never have done that.
Yeah.
Right.
There's women who would have been like,
Scottie Pippen's wife, ex-wife, perfect prime example, right? Here's a woman who
"That guy's
fuck,
crazy."
fuck Future. I fucked her in Gucci flip flops. That song was about her, right? You literally got with the man's teammate that you knew he had problems with, and you, out of all the men on this planet, you go after the man's son. And then to make matters worse, Jordan's son takes the L because I could not, me personally, be with a woman who's not only older than me, but talks about how she would fuck her husband 8 times out the day, like a rabbit.
Yeah.
It just shows like, yo, you're looking for attention at that point. And that's where we basically get off. And then that goes into the conversation we were talking about earlier before we gotten live about speaking on the lives of celebrities and feeling like we have a place to say.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like anybody has a place to say anything on your life. But if you put yourself on a platform, you invite it. You get what I'm saying? Once you invite it,
Teacher.
that's where it goes.
I'm gonna say this. So to the people that are like, oh, right, you shouldn't talk about like famous people and shit, right? My thing is,
I don't think it's what you shouldn't. Why do you?
why do you feel like you can speak on it? I would say this. It's like this. Think about it how like when gamers are how they talk about video games they play, right?
Yeah.
So I'd say you may not League of Legends. You probably haven't heard. No, let's go with Call of Duty. That's a more well-known video game, right?
Okay.
And so when Call of Duty does a thing, right? And then the gamers come out and they say, oh, why would they fucking do that to the game? This fucking breaks the game. They don't know how to balance the game, yada yada. And someone will go, oh, like, do you know how to run $1 million corporation? Yada yada yada. But then you would go, nigga, I'm paying for it. What I make is directly going into your pocket. So I'm expecting good product, right? So this is what it comes for celebrities. We're making you rich. We want good product, right? So
Okay.
if you're doing some shit that doesn't, and it's not, I'm not saying it's right. This is just the thought process.
Okay.
Okay.
If I'm taking my hard-earned money and I'm giving it to you,
Mhm.
I want to see what I want to see. And if that's not being reflected in the way that you behave, then I'm gonna say something about it, right?
That's entitlement, though.
Yeah, that's-
but here's the
that's weird.
thing. Here's the thing. I would say that fans deserve that entitlement.
Do they?
I would say they
I
do.
don't
Why?
think so.
Because without the fans,
Me and you are.
without the fans, who are these people? Like me personally, I don't care about famous people.
You are a supporter of my
Yeah.
craft.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
but if I could
like,
say-
but here's what I'm gonna say. Because I'm a supporter of your craft, because I'm
Uh-huh.
giving my hard-earned money to put you where you are,
Uh-huh.
in my mind, you are nothing without me.
That's like
But that's
like,
that
no,
nar-
that's like
a
your mom
narciss-
supporting you,
No.
and then you're
Yeah.
like, you make it, and then she's
Yeah.
like, give me everything because I put you here.
and
No.
how many
but
but how many instances where that does happen?
But if I,
I'm not
that's a
I'm not
wrong
saying
parent.
it's I'm not saying it's right. I'm
Uh-huh.
speaking on the human behavior. I'm speaking on
Okay.
what happens more than not. I'm
But-
speaking on how people think generally.
but here's
if
the truth,
I'm
though.
if this person
Uh-huh.
I believe that this person is famous because I'm supporting them.
But
So I want them to do the things that I want to see.
But
from
now
them.
is
but
that
my
correct?
man's.
I'm not saying it's right.
But
I'm just saying what is.
This, though?
There are a lot of things that aren't right,
But
just what are.
Here's the problem with that, and this is where I think it gets critical. You're saying, "Well, I'm supporting you because I'm supporting you. I should basically be able to be entitled to
Yeah.
get what I want out of it." Number
to
one,
speak on your life.
no. Well, here's the truth. No one has a gun to your fucking head.
Yeah.
All right. Your own, and this is real nigga shit. You're only entitled in life to what you are able to create and manifest for yourself. That does not qualify under that. And when I say that is what you do with your own craft, what you do with what you build for yourself, that's what you're entitled to because you created that from the ground up. Supporting does not qualify under that because you can support wherever the fuck you want, but you got to understand everyone has your own life. And because they have their own life, who are you to feel that you have some type of say on that? Now, mind you, we all are always going to have opinions,
For sure.
but if you're going to have an opinion, you better be willing to deal with the drawback where your mouth leads you. You know what I'm saying? That's why they say what? A fucking hard head makes a soft ass. That means for a loose mouth, nigga, shit gonna come back to you. So I get what you're saying, but at least in my opinion, that is not only immature, it's wrong. Because now it's like, nigga, oh, the Celtics should show me love because I go to every game. Nigga, you're not even on the team. Niggas don't even know you exist. You chose to take your time
Your
that
ass
is
over
very valuable that you're not going to get back to involve yourself in that. You're hypocritical if you feel somebody owes you for something that you chose to do.
Yeah.
That's
Weird too,
lack
like-
of a fucking
No,
accountability.
look, the thing
Any
is,
way you put
the
it.
thing is, you're not wrong, and I'm not speaking on what's right. I'm speaking on what is right.
Okay.
I'm not saying that what fans do is okay. I'm just saying what it is that they do and the thought process behind it, right? Like with Twitch streamers, right? Twitch streamers bank on the idea of creating parasocial relationships, right? You understand? Yeah, you understand the concept of like a parasocial relationship, right? Where someone turns their life into the product so that their fans feel like they have some kind of personal connection with them, right?
Okay.
So when they do something that that doesn't align with their fan base's values, the fan base is going to speak out. They're going to lash out, right?
Yeah.
And if they want to continue to stay relevant, then unfortunately, that creator has to curb their life in the way that's the most palpable to their fans, so they can reach the most people, right?
You know
Again,
what that sounds like though?
I understand what you're coming.
I'm
what
not
you're
again.
saying.
I'm not saying it's right.
No, I know you're not saying
I'm
it right,
just
but you know
saying
that you know
what
what you know
is,
where
just
that
what is.
situation happens a lot.
Yeah.
OnlyFans.
No, yeah,
Because when they
OnlyFans,
don't-
Twitch,
when
YouTubers,
they don't
it
do that next spin, the next level,
yeah.
they're not able to sustain the culture
No,
they have created. But that's a dangerous game to play because what ends up happening with that is those celebrities or so-called celebrities that do that shit, that's when they get into them dark shit
Yeah.
because they're willing to. There's a dude named Nico Avocado.
Oh
Right?
yeah,
Interesting.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Dude used to be healthy.
Oh, the fat guy?
Yeah.
When he was
the
healthy,
fat guy, you just
but
know him
when
as
he
a
was
fucking
doing-
fat guy, but he used to do violin.
But
yeah,
he's doing
Yeah,
what's it called?
that's crazy.
Manga or
mukbangs.
mukbangs,
Mukbangs.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
He allowed, and this is why I say, yo, and I'm gonna say this to the camera for any of our viewers. If you're trying to be famous, if you're trying to go into that lifestyle, you have to have thick skin because when you
Yeah.
allow your viewers to control and dictate how you live your life, you're at their mercy.
Yeah.
And the truth of the matter is, these people don't love you. Just like I tell people, yo, these celebrities don't give a fuck about us. Well, those fans don't give a fuck about you
Yeah.
because they don't know you. It's
Yeah.
a placebo.
Yeah, because
And
Let me say
that's
something.
where social media has messed us up
Yeah.
because it makes us feel like we actually know each other. It's like, no.
because there are very few famous
Teacher,
people.
teacher.
Go ahead.
uh, My bad.
Okay, look, I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
You do speak some truth because in this industry, you know, with artists and creators and celebrities, what was it called? Parasocial?
Yeah.
That is such a thing. When an individual gets into the industry and becomes very well known that they are like they're marketing or they're making out a certain product or service or a certain image, and then they develop a fan base that is just so used to around that certain value
Yep.
that they have created. And then people are free for their own choices. So just like how the creator is free to maybe go a different way, the fans are also free to, you know,
No
freedom
one
of
has a
speech.
gun to your head.
Yeah.
No one has a gun to your head. They can say whatever it is that they want. I think that a lot of, you know, a few celebrities have perfected the craft of from the get-go when they go into the industry and they release a certain image,
They know how to navigate.
they are very clear and precise about how their image is. They
Yeah.
tell their fan base, this is who I am. And if you don't like it, you can get the fuck out because I am not changing for anybody.
And I respect that.
And it's
Yeah.
respectable because there are some, creators, influencers, artists in this industry who come about that since the beginning.
But there are
Yeah.
very few and far between that I would say that are able to say, this is who I am. Either you like it or you don't, and
Mhm.
get away with it and still be as big as they are, because you
Yeah.
can you can do
I feel
that.
like those are the ones who become the biggest.
Yeah.
Cardi B from the get.
Because you have a cult following. Lady Gaga, perfect premise. The people that you're talking about
Yeah.
have a cult following. When you have celebrities that have a cult following, it doesn't matter what they put out. Like Bad Bunny would be your cult follower. The nigga could put out an album, and because you fuck with him that heavy, you don't
Right.
have to listen
You're
to
blinded.
it. You're
Yeah.
copping that
You're
album.
blinded.
You're
I heard a
down-
song and I'm like,
but,
damn.
but there's not. You're not bad for that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's like me being a motorcycle enthusiast,
Yeah.
right? I love fucking Honda CBRs. It doesn't matter. I'm fucking with that bike regardless, just because I'm a die-hard follower of that. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happens with these celebrities. The fucked up part is when these celebrities have earned that title, that status to get a cult following, and they manipulate and they misguide. That's when I have an issue, because just like the more power you have in life, the more responsibility you have, whether you like it or not. And we see it all the time. We had to talk about female artists where I don't like individuals like Beyonce and Sierra and Cardi B, because you're here saying, yo, independent women, do your own shit. You're seeing your own fans get fucked up, but you're not even practicing by the words you live. You're not real to me.
Beyonce?
That means, yeah.
All the single ladies
like,
going back home
yo,
to Jay-Z.
You go back,
know what I'm saying?
exactly.
You know,
What
to
happened
the
that
left,
whole
to the,
independent
like, bro,
shit?
to the left,
Yeah.
the song about cheating, but she's still
Yeah.
with fucking Jay-Z after she got
Exactly.
cheated on.
I think
You
a lot
know?
of it has to do with like
The
the
fact that that's
clout
a
and the
really-
industry making
Yeah.
money.
He has money.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, you
but
can't
they're telling
build your
these
brand off
women,
of
like,
this.
It doesn't
Right.
matter when it doesn't adapt to your life,
Yeah.
because now
you.
when it
Have
comes
you met
to
anyone
entertainment,
that actually did match that?
yes, plenty.
Cool.
Oh yeah, they're
The locks, meaning Styles P.
What family that's famous that you've seen like be valuable?
That's real valuable, like that's on entertainment on TV right now, that is actually down to the core on what they believe and do. The Duck Dynasty brothers, because I don't watch that shit, but I respect what he said. They said, oh, you can't pray on TV. And man said, yo, that's our values. So if we can't pray on TV, then we ain't got no show. When that's what I respect personally as a man, when you stand on the ground and you're willing to risk everything because it goes against your moral compass, and you will not fracture it and you will not compromise it for anybody. These celebrities, they're not real. They're entertainers. This is my opinion. They clock in. They are playing a script. The real artists out here that are really doing shit, they're gone. I hate to give it to him, but the Kanye West,
he's
why?
gone.
Because
He's
he
gone.
went against the grain. He didn't give a fuck. He didn't give a fuck about what his fans had to say. He's like, this is who I am. We don't have that anymore, because the celebrities that these young kids are watching, even ourselves, are influential people. And when you're an influential person and you don't even have a thought for yourself, you're a dangerous person, because you could lead people off the cliff.
Yeah, dude, they're just pushing out a message
Yeah.
that their fucking agent told them that they had to say or whatever.
But
And it's just, look, I don't truly think that people have the right to speak on someone's life. But
everyone has a voice.
but-
They have a right to an opinion.
But the thing is, and this is the unfortunate truth. This is what people believe. If I'm giving you money, I want what I want, right?
That's that.
Or you
bullshit
don't get my
entitlement.
money, right? And that's just the unfortunate truth. If I'm giving you money, I want the entertainment, or you're not getting my money. And there are plenty of people, who
boycotted.
But there's
who would
also-
fold
but
as a
there's-
result of
And
that.
there's also people that are like of well-known status, but they're
Yeah.
not in the same caliber of being like
Fact.
that.
No,
like,
yeah,
like Leonardo Messi. That guy
Yeah.
just plays soccer
Yeah.
and he's chilling. Like he's not.
Yeah, he lives his life.
Because why? Because he's not trying to reach anybody. He's not trying to be political. He's not trying to influence
just
people.
living his
He's
life.
just being him.
But he earned that title because of him working hard
hard.
for what he got.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? He wasn't planted there.
Like people
Yeah.
are like, oh, look how he reacts to his fan versus somebody else.
Yeah.
Versus
Certain,
what's his ladies? He talks about something about like the way that he met. Like some people hold on to things that make them humble. Like
Yeah.
some people, like as soon as they get something like flashy and diamond,
Yep.
they forget what humbleness
you forgot
is.
where you
Yeah.
came from.
But that's very important to
Yep.
your growth and who you are as a person. Like to me, like when I see people talk about, like he talks about randomly, like Anonymous, he talks about how that one time, or Conor McGregor, how when he started low, like that one thing that
That
like
one.
his lady did for him. But
Yep.
some people forget that they see a baddie and that's it, and they're
yeah.
Undertaker wrestling, one of the most profound
But some people
speeches
don't
he
do it.
had. This is a man who has a caliber in the fucking wrestling game since the fucking 70s, late 70s, all the way through now, right?
Damn, how
Thank
is this
you.
guy?
He's up there. He thanks his fans, but he humbles himself by saying, out of all my fans, the most person I want to thank is my wife. And
who is that?
the Undertaker.
He is 58 years old.
And
Oh,
he
wow,
basically
okay.
thanked his
But
wife.
his name is Undertaker.
Yeah,
Or
no,
The
that's
Undertaker.
the Undertaker's
His
his
stage
stage
name.
name.
Stage name. Yeah.
What's his
And-
name?
Oh, I don't
I
like
don't
looking
know-
at
I
the real
don't-
names
I
of
don't
like,
know.
because he's pretty much like an urban legend at this
Yeah.
point.
It just
so,
ruins the mystery.
yeah, it
Like
does,
he even lives in Death Valley.
Yeah,
Like
so.
it's
Damn, I like to know the name though.
I could look it up for you.
Aw.
Um,
That's like
Take
man.
off your headphones and
Um,
cover your ears.
yeah.
what's that basketball player's name? The oh my
Which one?
gosh, bro, God, what's his name? It's something. Oh, Westbrook.
Oh,
Oh,
Russell
Westbrook.
Yeah.
He be on stage just crying about the fact that he has somebody
Yeah.
support him. But some people don't care about support; they care about money, fame, whatever gets
No,
them
yeah.
like.
but if I his name is
La, 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 la.
are you serious?
He doesn't want to know.
Mark William Calloway. Mark William
Yeah.
Calloway. But you know what? I'm happy that you brought up Russell Westbrook before we close out. Before we close out, is because with Russell Westbrook,
Say that
it
3
was a
times fast.
reporter.
Yeah.
Remember, they scrutinized this man. Okay. And this is why I don't like Stephen A. Smith or
Oh yeah.
Chip Bayless. Y'all motherfuckers don't play the game. Y'all don't play the game. Y'all don't even play to that caliber, but yet you feel you could speak on something that you don't even have experience in. That's that bullshit celebrity gimmick that I don't mess with. But Russell Westbrook was doing an interview and they usually scrutinize him. And this one reporter, she's like, how do you feel? And he was waiting for it. And she's like, you know, you got your triple double. You basically been on top. You've been averaging 26 a game. Mind you, he's losing, but she's talking about the positives. And that literally cut through like a hot knife through butter, because it's like sometimes we forget that our heroes and these celebrities are actually real people
Yeah.
and they have real feelings.
Mhm.
And we have, as society, not just as people, have to dial back and be like, yo, they're human too.
Yeah.
And if we can't figure that out, we're basically going to run both of ourselves into the ground with false expectations. So as I close out, this is basically, you know, if it's your first time, make sure you hit that like and
final
subscribe
thoughts.
button.
What happened? Final thoughts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yes,
right.
you're right.
Yeah.
Final thoughts on the situation.
All right. Because celebrities are people too, you know,
Yeah.
I don't care about them. Right?
But you
That
feel entitled.
no,
on them.
no, me, no. Me,
The people.
no, like me, not at all. Like
Okay.
I don't follow celebrities. The only celebrity I really follow was Kanye West, but they got his ass, so I'm not in his corner anymore. All right.
Mhm.
And so I don't care about celebrities. I don't keep up with their lives, none of that crap. So because they're people, I don't care about them, because I know that they're fallible in the same way that I am, that we're not perfect. Then right, they have no hold over my life. Now I'm speaking in the terms of someone who's actually a fan of a celebrity, right?
Mhm.
You know, I don't blame them for thinking that they can speak on their lives, because what these celebrities do is they broadcast their lives in the way that make people feel like they know them
Get
personally.
invited.
Like
Yeah.
that's what celebrities bank on.
Not
They-
everybody though.
Huh?
Not
No,
everybody.
No, I mean
Everybody.
you can say that about a lot of things, but generally celebrities
Okay.
push the idea that if we met in person, we'd be cool as fuck. we chill and we talk like
Yo,
we're
there was a celebrity
homies.
that said, I just want to let you I think it was Summer Walker. She was like, I'm sorry to say, but we're not friends. She
Yeah,
was like,
right.
Yes,
we're
it
not
was,
friends.
and I respect that.
She's like, I love my fans, but we're not friends.
Exactly.
And,
And-
she straight up said it like
And
that.
they also said the same
And,
thing.
and
may he
that's
rest in
that's the
peace.
mentality that
You're not friends.
that all
You're
celebrities
really
should
not.
have. But
You don't
but,
know
but,
each other.
but what happens is not that, right? Literally the
Yeah.
exact opposite. They present themselves as someone completely likable, right? If we met in a fucking coffee shop, we could talk for hours like we're old buddies. That's what they bank on. And
Jamar the Beast says I'm bugging because he said Paul White.
it's a double-edged sword. It's a double-edged sword. Honestly, being famous is a double-edged sword because you
Yeah.
get fans and you get fanatics, right? Even though fan is
Oh.
just short term for fanatic, you get those anyway, right?
Yeah.
Because like even the people that when someone else talks shit about a celebrity, the people that defend them,
Mhm.
right? The celebrity that you're defending, the celebrity you're talking shit about, they don't know you exist.
I
If
think
you met
that's
them
so
in fucking
weird.
person, they get you beat up by a security
I
guard.
think that's weird
You know what I'm
defending
saying?
a celebrity.
But that people do it
I know.
anyway, right?
Yeah.
And so and that's just my take on it. And it's like, and then on the far side,
I
right?
feel like you can give a defensive response if it's
Warranted.
regarding stats.
If it's regarding card hold,
Yeah,
card,
like
card
stats,
hold,
like
hold-
status, like
cold hard,
card hold?
card hold facts.
Like I would have I would have this argument all the time. Like you can't argue that Drake
Yeah.
isn't legendary.
yeah.
You can't argue it. Why? His charts are number one for years,
Mhm.
nonstop.
So you can't argue that he's not up there. You know what I'm saying?
No,
I-
you can't argue that he's not monumental, as in artist Drake. Everybody knows who Drake is. Just like you can't argue that Kanye isn't
Oh,
Kanye.
okay,
But the
okay,
reason
no,
why
You
we
can't
say
argue
that-
that Drake isn't
So
Drake.
we had a, not to go on a tangent. I don't think Drake is an artist. I think he's an entertainer.
So you don't think he's lyrically good?
No, that's not what that means.
I think Drake makes very good
That-
music.
that's
I
not-
think that
So when I say artist versus entertainer,
I mean, it can be
artist.
both.
Remember, I can't consider him an artist because he's ghostwriter. You know what I'm saying?
What about back then?
And Busta Rhymes even said it best. You can never consider yourself an artist or top 5 when you use ghostwriters.
So what about J.
You-
Cole then?
J. Cole to me is an artist.
But he's an
versus-
artist. He's,
but
yeah, I get what you're saying. Not in the
he's-
entertaining
Yeah,
way. Like
he's
just
not an
doing his thing.
entertainer because J. Cole literally his following, he's essential to the culture versus Drake is a hit maker.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Drake makes
Drake-
bangers,
yeah.
but it's like very
When you
safe
hear-
music,
when
in
you
my
hear-
opinion.
Safe?
Yeah,
I
I-
think he goes out of
No,
like,
he
out of
he
his
No,
goes-
so,
way.
so
but when-
he
when-
goes out of his range, but
Mhm.
it's safe. Like remember when he was like doing like Jamaican stuff or whatever?
He
Right,
fucked over
right.
Movado and all
He-
those people and stole their music and fucking basically
That-
got in copyright infringements and did some foul shit. I
Drake
don't like him.
Drake's makes good music, but I would say that it's very calculated versus experimental.
But
No,
that's how you keep getting
Yeah,
rich.
that's the
no,
business.
no, but that you're right. That's how you keep getting rich.
But
you
if
have
you
to.
manage to like
Mhm.
literally cultivate it the way
Yeah.
you want it,
Uh-huh.
that's artistry. You manage to do something
Well,
that's not in your nature
If
to
if
dominate what you
when,
need to do.
when you say artistry, right? And no disrespect, I have to
That's cool.
give heed to what you're saying. But when I hear artistry in hip hop, the reason I say J. Cole's an artist and Drake is a banger, you know what I'm saying, entertainer, because when you hear a new album that's coming out from Drake, you're thinking, yo, this is gonna be hot. When you know, like someone like Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole is about to drop an album, you're waiting for the experience in the head, what is gonna challenge, what is gonna open up.
Yeah.
And that's the big difference. That's where I feel like hip hop is kind of lost, but that's for another discussion.
And you don't think Drake's lyrically like that? Like I feel like if you
But
listen
it's
to
not
his
about it's not
words,
about
like,
his lyrics. It has nothing to do about his lyrics. Artistry is when you have a style that can't be duplicated. You
okay.
get what I'm saying? Drake, is he a great entertainer? Yes, but I can't call him an artist.
Drake?
Because when it comes to Drake, he's very basic. Your music, number one, is ghostwritten. You're not basically changing the game. You have been able to be successful because you stay relevant, not because you have been changing shit around. You know what I'm saying? Niggas like who are, in my opinion, again, this is just my opinion. That means I could be wrong, I could be right.
Yo,
An artist-
Logic, Urban
Yeah.
fucks with your rings.
Cool.
Tell him
Nipsey,
where you got him.
like
Appreciate it.
Nipsey Hussle. That is an artist to
Tell
me
them where you got 'em.
because Amazon, baby. He's an artist because the way he manifested his music, the culture he came out of. You get what I'm saying? He changed the direction of hip hop. Drake has not changed the direction of hip hop. He has been able to stay relevant versus
No, but
certain.
she's not wrong. Drake is. I mean,
It,
by
it has
all-
nothing to do with
by all
lyrics,
numbers,
though.
he, no,
It
but
has
not
everything.
lyrics. I
Like,
mean,
if we're gonna talk about hits,
but by all
yes, he's
statistics,
great.
he is legendary.
yes, I
you're-
have to
You're
give
not
him-
wrong.
He is
really
legendary. He is
Fucking
definitely in the
Scorpion,
accolades.
Fucking
He's
Every
out there.
album is
yeah,
a
no,
hit.
it's a
Yeah.
banger. You're not
But
wrong about that.
I cannot say he will be one of the greatest in hip hop as an artist and an MC because
What
of
does
the
MC
ghost.
mean?
MC is Music Maestro, also known as Mike Champ. So these were dudes back in the day where, you know, that song 3LW, No More Lies and Sick of Promises, da da da. You never heard that song?
Maybe if you play it. All I know is no more
No.
parties in LA. No more parties in LA. Please,
So,
baby, no more parties in
like,
LA.
with that being said, Drake is a phenomenal entertainer. Phenomenal entertainer. You have to give that man his respect and his flowers. But when I say he's not an artist, in my opinion, he hasn't done anything that has changed the game. He has stayed relevant. You get what I'm saying? Relevant. When he first came out, I thought it was dope because,
he was hungry.
you know what I'm saying? Not only hungry,
Nom, nom, nom.
he came out with his emotions and he didn't give a fuck. I stopped fucking with him when he got on that hard shit because it's like, yo, we know who you are. You know what I'm saying? That's why they clown him. Oh, started from the bottom, now you're here. Nigga, you started on Degrassi. You know what I'm saying? Steve, like Pusha T, bodied him. And it almost could have, like, if Pusha T wanted to, he could have ended Drake's career. That was already established.
And he killed X. He admitted to it in one of his
Bro, bro.
songs.
But on that note, we got to close out.
He admitted to it.
Thank you to Russell,
So,
to Russell
as you
Westbrook
know,
for keeping us
right?
positive
Yeah.
and you know,
I love you, Roslo.
you're a winner.
Love
You're
to
a winner.
Russell Westbrook, yo.
Yeah, baby.
So, as you know, if this is your first time basically hitting us, hit that like and subscribe button, yo. And before we close out, yo, tell them where they can find you, love.
You can find me on Instagram, Natalie, 2 I's, 2 E's,
Aight.
_01.
Where can they find you, love?
Joyce Marino.
Jose Marino on Instagram.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Where can they find you?
All right.
Wait,
You
how'd you
can-
say my name?
Joyce Marino.
Yeah.
Marino.
Yeah,
How do you say it?
Marino.
Marino. Marino. And you can find me on Sir Daniel Ben on all platforms. Yeah, I
The
think so.
Slobbery?
No, Sir Daniel Benjamin, the Slobberly, but like with YouTube and like you can do ats now with YouTube, so it's just Sir Daniel Ben. You can find me at Sir Daniel Ben on all platforms. If you really want to type it out, my full name is Sir Daniel Benjamin, the Slobberly. You know what I'm saying? What are you fucking now? You feel me? You
And
land.
as you
And it's-
know,
And it's not with an I.
Oh, how do you spell it?
With a Y. People be like,
that's
Jo-
an important
Joyce.
detail to put
Joyce.
in.
Joyce.
Joyce.
And just your gearhead, Mr. Lottie, you know, you can find me at Logic142 on Instagram, yo. And basically, mind you, we still haven't put it up yet, but we're going to tag it to our page on 1424 on podcast on Instagram, where you could join our Discord, chat with us, let us know how you feel. Let us know what's going on, man. We basically going to have some surprises coming up for you, some rewards, some raffles going on, some free gift cards to come out to y'all.
Some gifts?
You know what I'm saying? It's summertime, baby. We got to get some gifts out for these people to have some
they
fun.
getting bougie.
And then also,
Bougie.
as the summer's coming up, you guys will see us out there on the beach in Wynwood, ready to do interviews and get to know our,
Yeah.
subscribers,
Get to
or
know
better yet,
people,
our
man,
family
you
out
know
there.
what I'm saying?
Because as
Our
you know,
fam
yo,
fam.
this is a unit. We're all trying to work together. And as
Uh-huh.
you know, this is one thing for sure.
Two things for certain, baby. Let's
Holla.
go. You already know what it is.
Thank you guys for having me.
Yes, sir.